what the hell was going on there, but had to restart the computer system. It wouldn't let me work on my mic or camera. But now we are actually live, and this is actually kind of something different. Never did anything like this on the channel before. So this is all hopefully goes well. And if so, it'll be great. If not, we'll blame Shannon. No, I'm just
that's okay. You can blame me. I'm all right with that.
Yes, you probably should.
We would. We would.
Right.
We wouldn't blame me. So we thought we'd just kind of have some fun, drink some stuff tonight, and play this game. What's the game called?
Well, I have two books. I have this book that's called Would You? And then I have this one that's called The Book of Questions. So the Would You is a more simple, like, two choices. The Book of Questions is more like open-ended questions.
Okay. Well, would you? We could start with would you.
Yeah. She put a question in the comments while we was waiting.
Yeah, I did.
So it's kind of the things that it is.
Yeah, like would you pick respect or would you rather be famous or respected? That's kind of like the question. It's kind of like that.
Yeah.
The Book of Questions gets a little deeper.
I asked some people about the puppy question. You gave an example with last time.
Yeah.
I have a lot of friends that would kill the puppy.
Oh,
really?
They're like, hell yeah, for $1 million, I killed that.
Really? That's horrible.
Yeah. Oh, that's fine. Hey,
would you kill the puppy, Rod? Would you kill the puppy
for $1 million?
Yes.
In a safe and humane way, can I do it?
No, you got to do it like with the sledgehammer. You got to earn your money.
What kind of puppy are you talking about?
Got to snap his neck.
Any puppy, any kind of puppy.
If it's like some ugly chihuahua, I might go ahead and do that. But if it's a cute like husky or German shepherd, I don't know. They would look with you in the eyes, so it's kind of like look away. I mean,
oh my God,
we're talking about $1 million. We're talking
about spend $1 million pretty fast. So
yeah.
God, but no, I could not kill I might kill a person for $1 million, but not a dog.
Not a puppy.
No. Person, yes.
True story.
Yeah, person for sure.
Well, let me get the comments here. Shout out to Dads who's in the house and Head Coach who's in the house. Welcome, Dad. Incredible barbecue, beer, and more. Great channel for barbecue, beer, and more. And Head Coach, shout out to Mandy Robinson, who is Head Coach's better half there in the house. And Eclectic Alan, of course, has been here waiting and said respect over fame any day. So that was
me too.
Your question there. And wow, Alan's here. Alan, did you lock up Erie so Erie can't join? I don't see Erie anywhere in the comments. Alan had enough of that.
I don't get it.
It's his wife.
Oh, wife. Shit.
Usually Erie's here before Alan is.
Yeah. She's probably kind of tired of waiting for our asses.
Fell asleep.
Fucking computers.
And then cheers to Angel. If you're still here, Angel of Mercy. Good to see you back again. Hopefully you're still hanging out. It took a while before we got this all going here. Make sure I didn't miss anybody. I forgot to check on Blake this morning. We actually had a pretty good late night on his channel last night. And he was pretty hammered too. So, and then we went over to Eric's stream, and then we were over there. Not the Eric, Shannon, the other Eric that we were on that and drunken one and everything like that. And they were
Gilbert.
pretty tore up. No, another Eric. So Eric in Massachusetts.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So there's 3 Erics then, right?
Eric with the K. Yeah.
So Eric the Lions fan, Eric Gilbert, and Eric with the K.
Yeah, but it's Thomas Meadow 75 that most people know us. And Allison, no, she's putting the little one down. I'll let her know though. And then we got Vanessa here as well. And so welcome everybody. And I'm gonna crack open a beer here. What are you guys drinking right now? I'm talking about what beers you guys are, if you're drinking beer. Or
look what I finally cracked open, Ron.
Finally. And that's when you got a Rod J deal on right there.
I did.
Golden Drop 9000.
Is that the one you got in Cincinnati?
Mm-hmm.
I've still never done a review on that beer on my channel, even though it's one of my favorites.
Is it an IPA?
It's a quad, Belgian quad.
I don't know why I've never done a review on the Golden Drop 9000. Although I should. I still have mine down there as well.
That's not bad at all.
So yeah, it's a Belgian ale. I told you.
Yeah, but it's like fucking 13% alcohol or something.
Yeah,
I learned my lesson last Thursday. Not this past
10.7.
one, but the one before.
Last Thursday. Hey, why don't you give them a preview of what's going to be coming up this Thursday when we do the malt liquor return?
Yes, show them, Todd.
Oh, that's right. That's right. This Thursday.
What are you picking though, Todd?
2020. That's what Shannon is going to be
That's my
enjoying
pick.
on the Beer Flow show.
Yes.
I don't
What
know.
are you going to drink, Todd?
I don't know yet. I have to go get something. I guess I thought we were drinking that.
No, that's my drink.
Oh,
You have to
okay.
pick your drink.
I guess I gotta. I guess
I mean,
maybe I gotta go
I'll
fend for
share that
myself.
with you, but there's two of us. Different
I don't
drinks.
know. I'll get something.
Shannon,
There's a
knows
liquor.
what you- but it's
There's a
a
liquor
Mad
store right
Dog.
down the way.
No, it's
Yeah.
shit's too expensive.
There's a liquor store right down the street from Market.
It's like $5. It's like $2.50 when I was in high
Yeah.
school.
So I just picked that up. We was at the gas station on the way home. We was out at some friend's house. They was having a little wine, kind of pre-Christmas type thing or whatever. So we stopped and at the gas station, went home, and she's like, "Get some Mad Dog while we're in there." So I went to pay for it, and the guy's like, kind of looked at me. He's like, "Mad Dog." He's like, "Wouldn't you rather have some?" What'd I say?
I don't remember.
I don't remember either. I was like, "Yeah, how much is this stuff now?" I was like, $4.99.
Yeah, because when he got in the car, I said, "Did you get a comment when you bought that?"
Oh, he said Mad Dog, or wouldn't you rather have eggnog?
Yeah.
I was like, no.
Yeah. I'm anxious to taste it again, though. I mean, it's probably been like 30 years.
I've never heard anybody say they're anxious to taste Mad Dog before.
Right?
So that's the first, yeah.
I'm anxious to try it. I really
Get
am.
back to the old memories.
Yes.
Me and the
Well,
Gunner
and that's
did.
what we were talking. Like, who bought you liquor in high school?
I did.
You did?
Mm-hmm.
You bought your own liquor?
I started getting served when I was like 16.
Well, I went to a gay bar one time, and you could be 18 to get in. So I got in okay, and then no, it wasn't the gay bar. It was Toy Tiger, and they had all male review. No, it was both of them. I got served at both. But yeah, I was like 18, and I got served alcohol.
Yeah, I mean, I started before I was 16. Because I actually grew a beard early, so I was actually having seniors asking me to get beard.
Damn.
When I was 16, the drinking age at the time was like 18, so I was able to get by in those couple of years. But when we were like 15 or so, we were like some guy going to the store asking to buy us some beer or whatever, and give him extra $5 or something.
Yeah,
so,
I can't remember who bought my liquor.
Back then, you could corrupt adults with no problem. So
yeah, I mean,
nowadays they get a little more worried, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, people watch for shit now.
A lot more consequences now.
Big shout out to East One Farms in the house. Welcome, Chris. Haven't talked to you in a bit, so glad to see you aboard. He says, "Hey, Todd." He says, "Cheers."
Cheers.
He does say, "I love her dirty mouth." Sorry, Todd.
I do have a dirty mouth.
Everybody, I think, kind of enjoys it.
Yeah.
Todd likes my dirty mouth.
Real and raw.
And then Vanessa says,
talking cuss words or
no. Vanessa says duck nog is tasty because she uses duck eggs to make her eggnog. I don't know if you know that, Shannon.
Of course she does.
I think she had on Instagram. Did she post something on Instagram on that today? I think maybe.
I haven't seen that one today. If she did,
Kylie,
she may have. Did you post it on there today, Vanessa, on your eggnog?
Well, I think it was.
And if Alan says, if anyone doesn't have trepidation about Made on 2020, they don't know any better yet.
Yet.
I think I'm still going to like it. I really think I'm still going to like it.
And Gilbert's in the house says, Golden Drop 9000 is great. Straff Hendrick 11 Degree would be a great pickup if you like Golden Drop. I'll have to keep an eye out for that one too.
Yeah, this is really tasty.
Yeah.
It's really good.
So we got like 10 people watching right now, which is good. I was going to say maybe wait till we get to 10 people before we start it and everything. So Shannon knows all about the game we're going to play here. And then people can respond in the comments. And I think we're just going to do the questions. And I wasn't going to really track points or anything like that. But
no, it's not that kind of
thing. It's just more like a sit around
it's like a conversation starter
type thing.
Okay.
But she loves it.
I love these. I hate small talk. I love this kind of shit.
I mean, I know it's probably hard for you to imagine that she would like this kind of a game.
I know.
Shut up.
And all the questions.
I'm definitely struggling with it there. Vanessa said Bourbon Nog was on her post today.
Oh, okay.
So
It looked really good. Yeah.
And they said Chris said they made 3 gallons of eggnog yesterday. So there you go. I still need to pick up I might pick up that Evan Williams this week. So I think next Friday, Alex the Beer Master on his channel, they're doing eggnog for Food Friday. So if I pick up that Evan Williams, I may jump on that.
What are you drinking, Rod?
I am actually drinking the Taft's Raspberry Nelly. So this is like a raspberry wheat ale.
Do they have that around here? Because it seems like I saw something like that.
You guys aren't getting Taft's down there yet, or?
Probably have to go to Louisville to get it.
I mean, your brother gets it up here, I know, because But it's like they have a key lime version, which is a lot better than this one. The raspberry is okay, so I picked it up at Jungle Gyms. I'll do a review on. I got one left to do the review video on, but it's not my favorite from them. But again, I'm not usually a wheat ale person, so it's got to be the right type of wheat ale for me to enjoy it.
That's like a Hefeweizen, right? That's a wheat beer, right?
Hefeweizen's wheat, but it's a different type of wheat with this one.
Oh, okay.
They're not as heavy. To me, they don't feel as heavy as a regular wheat.
Gotta sneeze. Do you like eggnog, Rod?
I actually don't remember if I've had it before.
No, you don't know if you've had eggnog before?
I mean, I probably maybe back in college or something like that. I don't think I've ever had it since college.
Really?
If I did have it back then, but in college.
Well, I mean, it does. Like, not even the spiked kind, just regular old eggnog.
I just don't. It doesn't really ring a bell to me as much.
I like eggnog. Todd, do you like eggnog?
All right.
It's all right. I mean, I like just a little bit. I don't like a lot of it.
Yeah. I mean, I've had some friends that have liked the Evan Williams one and thought it was really good as well. So
what's that, spiked with whiskey or something?
Evan Williams whiskey. Yeah.
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 I might be able to do whiskey with eggnog. I maybe could do that. Because I had one of my friends, the one we went to the wine party tonight.
Yeah.
She made. For some reason, I'm thinking she called it the teddy bear, and it was brandy, and it had milk and something else. And I was like, that sounds fucking disgusting, but it was delicious.
Yeah.
That's why you should always try everything at least once.
Exactly.
Vanessa try it.
Vanessa says, I like eggnog, but we know you like eggnog, Vanessa.
Yeah, she's making it.
Let me see. The eggnog that Chris made at 1.75 of whiskeys included in the 3 gallons of eggnog. So they really spiked it. And Vanessa says she wants to try to make ostrich eggnog.
I saw ostrich eggs at Jungle Gyms. Jungle Gyms has craziest shit.
Yeah, the international stuff they get.
Yeah, and it was like $60 for an ostrich egg. It was insanely expensive.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's like a delicacy. Like a novelty or whatever, delicacy. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then Gilbert.
Go ahead.
You're good. No, I was saying Gilbert said he's drinking on Dad's Sons, so DAB Sons. But if you guys are drinking stuff, feel free to put those in the comments so we know. And Vanessa also says aged rums are nice and eggnog. But hey, what's happening, James? Cheers, James up in Chicago says season greetings. Welcome, my friend. Happy holidays and Merry Christmas, all stuff to you as well. You can age eggnog and whiskey for up to a year in your fridge.
Really?
I know that.
I would think it would go bad.
Really?
I guess you got to put it in the fridge for it to keep it good.
Yeah.
And Vanessa said, yes, they are costly, talking about the ostrich eggs. So
yeah.
I'm going to turn it over to you, Shannon, so you can explain what we're going to do here.
There's really no explanation. I ask a question and you answer it.
Yeah, it's not.
This is your point. There's no right. There's no wrong. It's just like how you feel. No judgment. Nobody's judging anybody except unless you want to. Unless you are willing to kill a puppy. I'm gonna fucking judge the fuck out of you. If you're
I didn't have any friends say they wouldn't do it for $1 million. That's all I'm just saying.
Really?
I mean,
no.
Yeah. Now they were drunk too, but I don't think they would have changed it. They were sober. I think for $1 million, they would have still done it.
My aunt told me, she's like, yeah, I didn't even tell her about the sledgehammer, and she's like, I'd kill it with a sledgehammer.
Oh, that was part of it. I thought you.
I said that because she gave me the idea because she said she would do that. I'm like, what the fuck?
Just before we start, Eric says, does eggnog go well with the heavy peat of scotch? And Vanessa said, yes, it does, Eric. And James says the alcohol would kill any bad stuff, but so you can keep it in the fridge for a year. The alcohol.
That's what I was going to say. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
I do have one request. Okay, because the comments we get, we're going to get starting to talk about the answers to these questions, and your viewers are going to answer them. And I want them to answer them, but they have to tell us what question they are referring to when they answer, because we'll get to talk and we might move on to another question. And you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So
because I want to know what they think, but I also want to know what they're talking about.
Well, you should be able to know what.
Probably, but maybe not.
Answer, maybe.
I've had a few drinks. Maybe I might not know.
Yeah. What was that a wine
Let's break
party,
it down for Shannon.
Break it down.
Okay.
StreamYard. I think we both froze up on that one. That was fucking nuts.
Oh, we froze up?
At least on mine, I saw both of our circles spinning. Anyway.
Oh, no, it was fine on ours.
Oh, maybe it was just mine. Maybe it's just fucking computer. So I'm just a new computer.
Your shit's all jacked up tonight.
Like a year old. Of course, it's right a year after the warranty ended. It's like literally like the warranty ended like last week or whatever.
Just like your phones.
Yeah, exactly. But I guess in the answer, if people can respond to their answer relating back to the question, then we'll know. You know, if you were like saying, would you for $1 million
right? Yes.
kill a puppy? Someone might say, I'd kill that puppy for $1 million.
Or they could say yes, and we have no fucking idea what they're talking about.
So
yeah, right.
So say puppy, yes.
So they have to read and we'll have to give a little time for people to reply.
Well, we'll discuss it because the three of us will.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to ask the question.
Here we go.
Yeah.
I'm going to ask the question, and this is how it's going to go. Mm-hmm. I'm going to tell Todd can answer, then Rod answers, and then I can answer. And then hopefully you can review the comments, because we got to make it a little bit.
Yeah.
We have a little bit of organization, right?
Yeah. We should have it some type. We should have it some type of way that people have to drink along and make it a drinking game.
Okay. Let's say if two people answer the same thing and the other person doesn't agree, they have to drink.
I don't know if they drink or not.
Because we can fucking see each other.
Well, we can, but the people in the comments will see what everybody else is doing.
They're fucking drinking, Rod. I guarantee you.
I'm gonna drink whether I get it one way or another.
Right.
So.
Okay.
Says, so why are we killing puppies exactly?
Right. Yes.
Well, we're not killing puppies, but Shannon will give you the question. It was basically a scenario that was one of the questions. But anyway,
Rod would kill a puppy. Would you kill a puppy?
No, he said it depended on what the breed was.
Would you kill a puppy?
I don't think I could.
It's a good thing, because we might have to get divorced if you would have said yes to that.
I'd be sleeping outside.
Yeah.
He'll say, "Hey, Rod, can you do this for me?"
Yeah, I'll split the $1 million.
Yeah.
No, I'd go live in a gutter before I had to kill a puppy.
Oh, hey, Rod, I got you another sub tonight.
His mom.
Your mom subbed him?
She already, like if she,
she'll probably forget how to even get on there anyway.
Yeah, but she knows who I am by now. This isn't new to her.
She's like, oh,
well, that's awesome. I'm growing through the family, so that's awesome.
Yeah.
Vanessa says every time you say puppies, we must drink. That way you can test the question later.
Puppies. Come on, Rod, puppies.
So what's the first question?
Okay, first question is, and this is a simple one. Would you prefer a society of science but no art, or of art but no science? You answer first.
Would you prefer a society of science but no art?
Art or science?
Art, no science. Art. I would prefer art.
Art. What about you, Rod? Art or science?
Science.
Art. Drink it up, Rod.
Why am I drinking it up? You guys
because we both agreed and you disagreed.
Well, that means you two drink.
No, that means
you can't do it. You can't do it at the same time, because
hey, I can make my own fucking rules. All right, fucking drink your beer.
No, it have to be like a blind thing. It have to be like we had it written down and we all showed at the same time, and then that would be a drinking game. You can't.
No,
do it like,
I will.
We can't do it with somebody else saying.
I promise you, I have no problem drinking.
So it ain't gonna make any difference.
Okay. Okay.
If you get to make it a drinking game, this thing will be over in like 5 minutes.
So explain why you think art should be instead of science.
God, now you gotta go that far with it. I know
why Rod is thinking science instead of art, and I get that.
Well, I kind of on the board. I don't know. Art is just artistic. I don't know. It just shows more.
It makes people feel stuff. Yeah. It makes your life fulfilled.
Vanessa asked to say the question again, please.
Okay. Would you prefer a society of science but no art, or of art but no science?
But I can see it both ways because you kind of need science too, though.
You do to live longer, but I'd rather live a shorter life fulfilled by the arts than to live longer because science is making me live longer.
Yeah, because art, music and type of painting type stuff or whatever.
Yeah. But I like science. I totally get the science. But if I had to pick one, I would totally pick art. Yeah. Okay. So, Rod, why did you pick science?
Yeah. I mean, I'm more a science type person. I like science. Science is the basis for everything that,
You're a practical guy.
As far as building and going into the future.
Mm-hmm.
It's more logical, I guess. I don't know. It's not logical. It's more art is more
concrete.
Art's more of a feeling type thing, and science is more of a proven type thing. Or
right. It's a concrete thing. It's like it is. It's facts. It's like not about how you feel. It's about like facts.
It's not abstract type thing.
Yeah. Yeah. I get it. I think you need both, but like my life would be more fulfilled with art than science.
That's why you chose art for more fulfilling life?
Yeah. Yeah. Right. I'd rather live a shorter life because science makes your life longer. And that's great. But I'd rather live a shorter life and be fulfilled than live a longer life and not be fulfilled.
No.
Yeah.
So I could take a shorter life with, I guess I wasn't thinking of science for the life type aspect. The building with stuff with science. I find it more involving. It's more because science, the way you do stuff to build different things.
Yeah.
It's not art, but it can have like an art feel to it, I guess.
It can.
It's kind of overlaps a little bit on both sides.
Yeah.
Really.
Seeing how things work. So James said art, but the two go hand in hand. Without one, you can't have the other. So I can bring it out there so we can see it. Vanessa said science always. And of course, she said math because science drives that. Art affirms science, so do not discredit it. Mary, great answer. You need science to have alcohol.
That's fucking true. That's a good fucking point.
Okay, I changed my answer.
I might change mine too. That's fucking fabulous, Mary.
That's a great
Love
point.
it.
That's a great point.
If I was giving points, that would have been a good point.
Yeah, she would have gotten the point.
You got 100% on that one.
And science
Bonus
is the basis
points
for everything, including art, right? So science. So that's an interesting
you go
question.
To that, you go to that angle, it definitely is for sure.
Okay. I was going to earmark these questions, like go over them before. What did he say?
He said marry for the win.
Yes.
And Vanessa said you need science to survive.
Ooh. Okay.
Yeah, you need science to survive.
We got to ask this one first.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, this is like a second part because there's a second part.
Okay.
There's a second part to that question.
Oh, okay.
It says the second part to that question would be, would you advise your child to study art or to study science?
Well, it's not going to make sense now, but after all that, I would probably say science. I would have.
It's always science.
You would advise your child to study science, Rod?
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. It's so hard.
I would advise my child to do whatever the fuck she wants to do.
But that's not the question.
Okay, well then, what if art?
You can't make your own rules.
Then I would say art. I would do what makes you happy. I think art would make her happier than science.
No, it totally would.
Yeah.
It's kind of a hard follow-up, yeah.
It's not like, listen.
She's into the music instrument part, and that would be, to me, art than science.
Yes.
So,
but I also feel like you can make it on a little bit of money if you can do it if you are fed, your soul's fed through other things, where you live and all that. I mean, safety is a concern. That is a concern, but other than that, like the more money you make, the more money you spend.
That's the way it's supposed to work, right?
Yeah, but you don't need to spend all that money. You can be fine where you're at.
But it's fun trying.
It's for you because you're a science guy.
Our creative science confirms it. James said there's more money in science.
There is. But if money's what you're going for, totally go in science.
James says, I study art and I'm unhappy and broke.
Yeah, true.
Okay.
Vanessa
Live and
says,
learn.
you need the science. Math is an art. All right. What's your next question there?
Okay. This is Todd's. He picked this question. It's too serious for me, but this is what he picked.
Well, no, it just seemed like an interesting one.
Would you clone your own body? There's two parts. The first part is, would you clone your own body as a source of organs for future transplants?
Yeah.
Would you clone your body?
Oh, wait, I just looked at the second question.
First, we got to go with
Clone
your body.
own body as a source of organs for future transplants. Yes.
I would not.
You wouldn't?
Fuck no, because there would be another. If you cloned me, my soul would be like all of me would be laying in a lab somewhere.
Yeah, but you're making money off those parts. You could sell those parts out.
But no, I would not do that because that person that I cloned would be me, but they'd have a soul, they'd have feelings, and I'm not gonna fucking torture somebody.
Yeah, and Lord knows this world couldn't handle two of you.
Well, they wouldn't because I'd be my clone person would be like locked up in a cage somewhere.
Now, see, Vanessa said no.
Animal.
So I would say, Vanessa, just let us know which one you're responding to because these questions will switch out. But she says she won't clone herself.
No, I wouldn't either.
I would easily do that. I mean, I clone myself to have it go to work for me.
Oh, yeah, exactly. You cloned yourself to do a lot of shit for you. That's for sure.
That's not the question. The question is for future transplants.
Well, that'd be part of it, but I'd be like multiplicity. I'd be out playing golf. I'm like, I died in a car wreck. Well, give the organs away.
So if you had kidney problems or something and you wouldn't have a clone and you'd be like, okay, well, take the kidney and you're fine.
No.
You wouldn't do that?
No.
Vanessa said if your body was already defective, you would be cloning it.
Right, yeah. What no, see, I'm thinking like I'm taking the question
healthy type.
I'm taking the question as you're born or you're this age. I'm gonna clone myself just in case.
Gilbert's got a good answer there. I'm getting frozen to enlighten the future, so
I'm getting God.
That's a good response to that one.
He just wants to haunt Eric with the Go Pack Go for the rest of his life.
Yeah, he would do that. Your one mission to haunt Eric, if he's gone, his family for the rest of their life would Go Pack Go.
No, and so you would clone.
If you clone yourself, are you in two places? Yeah, you'd have a clone.
Yeah,
so, yeah, you'd be two places.
And then, but the other person would be in some lab somewhere, living their soul on a metal table, waiting for you to need a transplant.
It's just a clone. It's just a clone of you. No soul.
No, they're souls. They're souls. Have you seen they cloned Dolly the lamb, remember?
Yeah.
She looked like she fucking had a soul. Do you not think she looked like she was running around like a normal lamb?
It's just an animal running around.
We're animals. We're animals.
Well, we're top of the animal chain, but I mean everybody is a soul. Now you get into a religious aspect to have a soul.
No, I'm not a religious person, but
an animal don't know what religion is.
You tell yourself, Rod, you tell yourself whatever makes you feel better.
I'm just saying, I don't see Our Lady of Lambs anywhere where all the lambs are pouring and they go to church on Sunday.
I'm confused.
Because that's where soul comes from. It's like the religious aspect.
No, I have a soul. I'm not religious at all.
But it started out being from a religious type basis to have a soul. That's why people get nervous about when they die, thinking there's an afterlife. That's where souls come from. That fear that's been put on people.
Yeah, but when I think of a soul, I just think of who I am inside of my body, without my body. I have a personality, I have thoughts, I have feelings, and that has nothing to do with my skin or my organs, that's feelings. Yeah, maybe it's hormone and science and all that shit, but that's what I feel like my soul is.
Your thought and definition of soul is different.
Yeah.
Than what Rod's.
Yeah. But you are a person without your body is kind of how I feel.
And Gilbert said, bingo, Go Pack Go. So he'd have a haunt Eric's family. And Jeremy's in the house. So cheers, Roger. Cheers, Jeremy. We are.
Cheers.
What's the name of the replaying again? What would you do? That's what we're doing right now. All right. What's the next question?
But this is the second part. And this is what Todd picked. He wanted to know.
Do 2 parts every time?
No, we don't.
Well, it's not all of them now.
We don't. Okay. But would you clone your child if they experienced an early tragic death? Would you? Would you?
I don't have a child.
But if you did.
No, that's Pet Cemetery shit. I ain't.
No, I'm not either. I'm not cloning my child. No. we got what we were meant to have, and if it's gone, then it was meant to be gone. I would never look at, if I got my child cloned, I would never look at that child the same way I looked at the previous child. I would know that's not really her.
Well, I mean, true, I guess.
Yeah.
Kind of like that. It's kind of like that movie. What was that movie when they cloned their family or whatever?
Yeah, I can't remember, but I know what you're talking about.
Good. But
James said, "Preach it, Rod." This is your soul, just your mind.
Okay, so is your soul just your mind? Yeah, basically, I think. Yeah, I do.
And then James says, "Our concept of soul is just an outgrowth of our intellect."
I don't understand that.
The concept of soul is just your intellect. What you've learned becomes your soul.
This is your soul. Yeah.
I can understand.
What you've learned over the years.
Yeah, because I'm totally different than I used to be. Like I used to give a shit what people thought about me, and now I don't.
Alan said, no cloning of a child.
Right. I agree. Yeah. I totally agree.
And Jeremy says, cheers to Alan. That's an interesting question. James says, I was a reluctant parent. I love my son, but I wouldn't clone him.
I wouldn't either. Because I don't think you could ever look at that. If you cloned your child, you know that's not the child you had before.
Yeah, but it'd definitely be selfish reasons.
Yeah, and I totally get why somebody would want to, but
I'm not saying I would want to. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay, are we ready for the next question?
We are ready for the next question.
And Todd and I, when we were waiting for this to start, I was kind of like going through and asking questions. So I think we already know, Todd and I already know our answers to this question. But
you guys are working ahead. I see how it is.
Well, not to mention, we've probably read these things.
Yeah, like I've had this book for like 10 years, but nobody ever wants to play it because like this starts fights.
Well, we always forget about it though.
Yeah, right. Like with their spouse.
Like people start arguing.
It's never started a fight with us.
No.
But we have certain friends. It's like if they're disagree with their spouse, they're like, "This starts fights. We're not playing this."
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll just ask. Well, I mean, we can answer still, but okay. Would you place more value on the praise of your parents or of your children?
Say it again?
If you had children, Rod, would you place more value on the praise of your parents or of your children?
More value on the praise
of your parents
or your children.
Yeah.
Like as far as praising them? Is that what the question is?
Them
praising you. Would you rather have more approval from your parents or your kids?
Yeah.
Well, if I had kids, I'd be like, "You're the kids. I don't need you.
Right. That's what I said.
That's what we said.
So it'd definitely be the parents.
Yeah. Nobody fucking cares what you think.
You're lucky you got a place with a roof over your head.
Right. Yes.
Yeah, I think we're all in agreement there.
Okay, here's another one, and I think this might be different for us.
Well, wait a minute. You gotta let people answer if they're going to answer in the comments. If anybody wants to answer, would you put more value on the praise you receive from your parents or from your children?
Yes. That's what I was like. They're fucking kids. What the fuck do they know? Like, I'm always going to be older than them, and I'm going to have more like wisdom than them. So I did the best I could. You think I'm a bad parent?
Is Peggy your mom, Todd?
Yes, is she here?
Is she on there?
You said creepy.
What's creepy? Oh, the cloning. Yes.
Yeah.
It is creepy.
I gotta say, I'm impressed that she remembered how to even get on there and also comment. Bravo,
welcome,
Mom.
welcome,
Bravo.
Todd's mom. Welcome.
But Peggy, I could totally see you cloning Todd.
Well,
you would clone Todd. You would totally. I'd probably clone him too.
Everybody would want to clone me.
I probably would clone you too. Yeah.
And let me see here. James says parents, they live through more experiences than my kids.
Mm-hmm.
Alan said, my children, I get praise from them. I'm doing something right.
I can see that. I kind of thought that the same thing a little bit. I mean, for just a minute.
And Vanessa's trying to play a safe route. She says all are equal. No one is more valuable than another.
No, I don't think one's more valuable than the other, but I think that like I didn't appreciate what my parents gave me when I was young because I didn't know. And now I'm older, I know what they gave me. So maybe now if Kylie was 40 and we were however old, and she said I had a great childhood and you did a great job.
It would mean more.
It would mean more.
Mary said exactly Alice, so she would say of the children as well. Hey, there's Blake. Blake, I was worried about that. I was saying I didn't get a chance to check in today. I was like, I hope someone checked on you, brother. We had a great time last night. James also said, also my parents are both dead, so their praise is long gone and much more valuable.
Yeah, my mom's gone and his dad's gone, so I totally get that, and maybe that's kind of why we answer that way too.
Could be.
Yeah.
Well, mine are still here. I still would go with parents, but
yeah.
And then, but I don't have kids either, so that could be another reason.
I don't know. I think you kind of strive.
Peggy,
Yeah,
Vanessa Kitty is the sweetest.
Hey, Peggy, if you ever want to learn how to build something
or make whatever, anything,
Vanessa
will show you how to do it.
Yeah.
Yes, if I always talk about starting a cult. If I started a cult, like Vanessa would be like,
she'd be the president,
my right hand man. I'll be like, I'll do that. You tell us how to survive, and I'll tell us how to be like.
If there's ever a zombie apocalypse, we're all hunting down Vanessa Kitty and going to go stay with her.
Coach says parents because it feels good when you make them proud.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good thing there. And then Peggy said, "Had to get Kylie to help me." LOL. So getting onto YouTube.
Had to get Kylie to help. Oh, to get on. Yeah. Kylie's. That's our daughter.
Yeah. That's our daughter.
Yeah.
All right. So now we go to the next question.
Okay, and this is the second part to that question, but this is a good one. Would you be more likely to disappoint your children or your parents?
Be more likely to disappoint?
Yes.
Your parents or your...
Would you be, not like would you want to, but would you be more likely to?
To disappoint your kid or your
parents? Your parents, yeah. Like, would you do you think...
Probably, parents.
You think you would... I haven't...
No, but I mean...
I don't think you probably ever have disappointed your parents.
But have we ever disappointed...
Not in our eyes, but in hers.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Because if we're like, she wants a $50 whatever, and we're like, no, then we disappointed her.
Read the question. Would you be more likely to disappoint your child? Oh, yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Okay, I read that. I took that wrong. Child.
Yeah, I disappoint her all the fucking time.
I was reading that wrong.
Yeah.
You guys got it all together now? Got it go good?
Yeah, I say children.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Be more likely to disappoint.
I don't have kids, so kind of a hard type of thing to answer for me.
But do you feel like you've ever disappointed your parents?
Oh, sure. I mean, that's you always do. You do some shit. Yeah. The shit that we did in the 80s?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, who hasn't a parent just go to bed?
Yeah.
Just go to bed. We'll talk about it in the morning.
Yeah. I didn't get that. I did not get that.
It's like,
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
My brother was bad, though. My brother got in a lot of trouble. And my dad really treated us different because I hate it, but my dad was always just like, you're a girl, and he was so hard on my brother. I'm just like, now that I'm older, I'm like, that's fucking sexist as hell. Like, I should have been held to the same standards as him.
Yeah.
Okay.
I would say, and Vanessa said, it had been a long road to get praise from my parents. Jeremy says, see both equally. And James said, children, because my parents are gone, but my kid can still experience my future failures.
Yeah. They can learn from your failures too.
Yeah.
Learning lessons.
Can you really disappoint I guess you can kind of disappoint your kid if you don't give them something, but really, the kid knows they're not going to get everything anyway. So kids are going to try to work their parents. So
yeah. I'm sure we disappoint our child all the time. She has no idea how good she has it, honestly.
Yeah.
Okay. Are we ready to move on?
Yeah, we go next one.
Okay. Would you prefer to be a better athlete, business person? This is kind of long. So, would you prefer to be a better athlete, business person, cook, lover, or moralist?
Gotta love them or leave them alone. You gotta love them or leave
So, athlete, business person, cook, lover, or moralist?
Business person.
That's what I was gonna say too.
No doubt.
I was gonna say lover.
You got enough money. You'll be all right.
you make it work.
You got enough money.
Business person.
Right.
No, I'm not doing it for a job.
No. I'm saying if you're a successful business person,
everything
some women will find you to be fine. Yeah, you can do anything others. You won't need to be a chef because you can.
Yeah, you won't have to be a good lover because you can buy a good lover. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, and you can buy a chef. You know, you can do everything from a business person standpoint.
It could be really boring.
I don't think anybody's complaining about Warren Buffett right now. I think he does all right for himself.
I think y'all think money is a lot more important than it is.
I know if you got it, it makes things better.
No, I watched this documentary. I watched this documentary, and it was called Happiness or Happy or something like that. And it was basically talking about how people can be happy. And they did a study, and it said about money, like, does money make you happier? And it said, once people make enough money, say you make $60,000 a year, once you make enough money to provide your home, you can pay your bills, you have food on the table, you know, basic necessities, and you don't have to worry about those. Like, you might have a little bit of extra, but you can meet your basic needs. And then, so when those people like become millionaires, they are no more happier than they were when they could meet their basic needs. Yes, but it also said that people that were very poor and could not pay their bills or whatever, when they got more money and they could, their happiness rate went up. So everybody thinks you never have enough, but you do have enough.
For stuff I want to do, I can definitely use more. I'm just saying.
Right. We can all use more.
I mean, and you know what? I'm going to have to put that theory to a test if I get some money, because I'm pretty sure I'm going to be pretty damn happy if I'm saying, you know what? I think I'm going to fly to Seattle today for lunch and just jump on a jet and go. I'd be damn happy. I don't know about you, but I'd be damn happy.
You might be happy for a little bit in the beginning.
I want a Seattle IPA that I can't get here. I'm just going to go and just have one.
I think I'm going to go buy Pliny right now. I think I'd be pretty happy to be able to do that. I'm just saying.
You think, but you don't know.
But I'd be willing to damn sure test it.
It'd be a hell of a lot of fun trying, wouldn't it?
We played the lottery, and I'm like, do I really want to win the lottery, though? Because and I'm not happy because we have a lot. I'm just happy with.
But I know why you don't want to win the lottery.
Why?
Because you want to give the money to other people to help out. Me, I'm winning. I'm gone. I'm gone. You don't even know where I'm at. If you win
the fucking lottery, you can do both.
I'll be out. I can do that. I'll be like, I sent you your check. I guess I'll see you in the afterlife because I'm moving to an island and you will not find me.
I'm moving on.
Go on. Because you started finding family members you never even heard of before.
Yeah. If we won the lottery, I would not tell anybody. Like, I would help people. I would probably tell them something other, maybe just like your parents, my parents, my brother, your brother.
I would have a list. I would have a list of people.
Yeah.
That would change. I would change their life and interest and be like, okay.
My dream, if I won the lottery, this would make me happier.
Start a cult.
This would make me the happiest person in the whole wide world.
Todd, you know,
start a cult.
No.
Todd knows about the beer island, so you guys can come to the beer island with me. I'm like, I got you guys ready to come to the beer island.
Yes.
What do you think? What do you think would make me happiest if I won the lottery? What would I do?
You'd buy about 100 acres and have 95 million dogs.
Yes, I would have a dog rescue, and I would just like have all the dogs. Yes, I would have a dog rescue. I'd save all the dogs.
Yeah.
I'd have as many.
How many acres she could get?
I would have as many dogs that needed me. That's what I would do, and I would be fucking. That would make that if I could buy that money would make me happy if I could do that.
Could you get 95 acres and just smoke weed like Dave Chappelle? Nobody would bother you.
I can do both.
Could do both.
Let me see here. So, well, thank you, Blake. Blake says smash that like. Appreciate it. When is a psychic reading? That's what I'm waiting around on.
Are we gonna have a psychic?
No, Shannon, don't encourage Jerry.
Who's the psychic? Who's the psychic?
No,
he was making a joke.
He's wanting to win the psychic reading.
A psychopath.
Alan said it's psychopath an option for your selection you had there.
Yeah.
James said cook because food is more important than any of that other stuff.
That's true. That is true.
But if you get a businessman, you got to cook because you can buy a cook to do that. You could have a daily cook come there if you're successful.
It didn't say a successful businessman. It just said a businessman.
I'm taking it as being successful.
Okay. You do what you need to do.
I mean, Oprah don't cook. Oprah got people that cook for her and shit.
That's right.
Oprah's not cooking shit.
No, she's not.
Oprah ain't going to Kroger. But it says business because you can stay gray area. Business brings the dollar, so you're able to shift from a business standpoint. James said, "Now business has a morality problem. Not all business,
Yes.
not all
Most.
business does.
Most.
But people that say the what was it, the moralist, whatever did you call it?
Morality,
Moralist?
yes.
They have problems too.
A moralist, yes.
Look at the religions and all the issues they have. So,
but moralist was my second choice.
Was it?
Yeah.
Like that guy that slapped that
athlete.
like the guy that slapped that chick on the butt that was running the
He's
marathon.
So
he was a
He's
youth
so
pastor.
fucked. Did you see? Did you see? They're like she pressed charges.
Yeah, she
like
should.
Assault and battery.
She should. And he tried to interview, like, I didn't mean it. I didn't know what happened. I just didn't know what part. It's like, dude, you knew what the fuck you were doing.
I mean, no. Like, I know what you're saying, but I'm also kind of like, I don't think he was like running the whole thing and like, I'm going to look for a woman to smack her ass and grab it. Like, I feel like he did it in the moment.
Well, he didn't grab it. He just smacked it.
He smacked it. He didn't grab it. And he smacked it and he grabbed it, apparently. Like,
well, you can't go either way. If you're going Me Too, Shannon, you're a woman now. If you want the Me Too, you got the Me Too. You can't be flipping and flopping. That's what gets guys confused.
Whatever the fuck I want to do.
That's what gets guys confused. You got to go one way or the other. If we're in the Me Too environment, you got to stick with the Me Too stuff, and you got to
listen. He was roasted. He's been fucking trending on Google.
He's a youth pastor.
He has paid his and he's fucking ruined. He's fucking ruined now.
He shouldn't have slapped.
And that's as he should be.
As
he should be
on TV like that. I mean,
yes, as he should be ruined. But like, I mean, like, I think assault and battery is like pushing somebody up against the wall and being like.
It would never go to assault battery. It'd be like an aggravated. I mean, they may get it down, or maybe he has to say something. Doing it.
I don't know. Okay.
See here, and James says cooking is more humanist.
It is. You got to cook to survive.
And let me see here. Alan says, when is the last time you were poor? LMAO? Definitely businessmen. So he would say definitely business.
Yeah. I mean, and I get that. Like, we're not poor, but we're not rich, but we can pay our bills. Yeah. We're very lucky. We're very lucky, but we're not rich by any fucking means. So, but I don't need any more than we have. We've got enough.
You don't have to be rich. That's for sure.
We have enough. We're fine.
And this is hence my comment on the gray area. And Alan's just gonna pick psychopath businessman.
You can't. Hey, did you not see that? Like, they did a study, and it was like some of the they have like certain traits that psychopaths have, and like the most like successful, like they're like CEOs and stuff. They're like the most common psychopaths. Psychotic. Yeah.
And Alan says, what if your happiness went up when they had more money? Wouldn't that mean money helped create happiness? So business makes sense.
Yeah.
True.
And that says, I'm happy. Teach math.
Come and teach me, because I suck at math.
I've been told I'm a psychopath, Blake says.
I don't think you are.
Blake, Alan says, read my Facebook tonight. You'll realize I'm a psychopath. Alan says, start a cult. The founder of Scientology said the best way to make money was to start a religion. That's a lot of money in religions, you know.
But I don't want to start a religion. I want to start a free person compound. You be who you want to be, as long as you're good. If you're bad and you judge people and you hurt people, then you got to go to the bad tent.
And don't drink the Kool-Aid.
You drank it. He's been drinking it for 20-something years. So
you don't want the Jim Jones cult. That's the Kool-Aid one.
Yeah.
Right.
95 acres of dogs. I guess everyone has their own dream of happiness.
Yes. Oh, nobody will love you like a dog loves you.
But you know what? That'd be a lot of shit to clean up.
But if I won the lottery, then somebody else would have to clean it up.
Then Blake told Alan, I love psychopaths. Miss Cleo.
Miss Cleo.
Let's see. 8 Caucasian mountain doggies.
Oh.
And that says, I cook already. She should press charges, like James says. She should, I agree. She should press charges. Jeremy says, just think, if you were a successful athlete who starts a restaurant business that cooks good, so you could be everything I want, LOL. But
you could, but that wasn't
the question. Athlete, you have a shorter career, and depending on what sport you're in, you could be facing injury and stuff too. Now, if you're a successful businessman and you're that athlete's agent, you just got more and more athletes over the years to keep making money off of.
Money, money, money.
James says he'll be on Fox News next week. He's not ruined. Talking about the preacher.
Oh, that's fucking true. That's true. That's true. They'll build him up to be a pariah.
No,
Guarantee you.
He did the interview, and it was almost like he was ready to cry or whatever. Like, and it's like, dude, don't try to get the pity card right now. And James, I can use my cooking skills to make a lot of money cooking for athletes and vegan churches. There you go.
Vegan churches.
Hey, Throttle's in the house. Welcome, Throttle. Cheers, buddy. And Vanessa says, Jello shots religion.
That would be my religion.
And then Alan says, I can join that one too.
Me too. Me too.
You get a lot of followers on that one, I think.
Part of the good things that Vanessa does. So, all right, what's the next question we have here?
Here's a good one for you boys. Would you consider promiscuity a character weakness? Would you?
Yeah, I guess I would say so.
Would you?
Yeah,
how about you, Rod? So.
Promiscuity as a character weakness? No.
Yes.
But I think it's just nature.
Yes, it is. Yeah. It is nature.
Yeah.
That's what I make these friends when we go to these breweries and I make friends with these young people. I'm like, just fucking do what your body tells you. Just fucking have some fun. Be safe. Be safe. But one day, you're going to find somebody you want to spend the rest of your life with. And you'll be like, gee, when I was younger, I should have done this or that, because society told me not to do it. I didn't.
Yeah.
So, because people are going to judge me, I don't think it's a character weakness.
Yeah, I don't think it's a character weakness.
I don't either. I think, yes. I think that we should listen to what our soul, body, whatever is telling us to do. And I really do I think monogamy is bullshit. I think that's I don't think it's normal to be monogamous. I could never not be monogamous because my biggest goal in life is to be faithful to my husband, which is not something that Shannon would say, right? That's not something Shannon, it's not a thing. You know what I'm saying? But yes, because I don't like rules. But
I'm sure Todd appreciates you said that.
It really is. That is my biggest goal in life. I could never live with myself if I wasn't. But I also feel I feel that way because society, churches, the government, or whatever has told us to do that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, it's for the basically property assets and stuff. So
yeah, but that's one thing I can't break free of. I could never not do that.
The Throttle said no, it's a choice. James says hell no, it's a character strength.
It is. Fucking have some fun, be free.
Because being true to your own nature is a strength. Yeah. Vanessa said, once upon a time in New York City. I feel like Vanessa's been to Studio 54 back in the 70s.
I want Vanessa to come and live with me because Vanessa could teach me so much.
Oh, let me see. Head coach. Honestly, it's a great show. I'm seriously enjoying this. Good work for you. Oh, thanks, coach. Appreciate that. Thank you. You guys make it all fun to do it. So I'm glad you guys are enjoying yourself here.
Oh, thanks.
Promiscuity is a character weakness. Takes more strength to stick with one person or be more selective until you find
it. It does, but if you're not I'm not cheating. It's not about cheating. It's when you're free and not with somebody.
Right.
Yeah.
And Vanessa says, what if you're a dominatrix? You tend to have many subjects.
You can do whatever the fuck you want. I think a yeah, fucking do it. Go for it. That's what.
There's a lot of
judge
I want to say. I don't know if it's you or Vanessa that's probably
me because I sound like a hick.
Need subtitles.
Yes, use subtitles. Ugh.
All right, and let's see here. She says the loft in New York City in the 80s. I was a member, so not Studio 54, but the loft.
Close.
I guess Studio 54 probably closed out at 79 or something, I believe, or early 80s. So, but yeah. All right. Is there a 2-part on that one too?
I think that was the second part. No,
okay.
No, it wasn't this. There was another part, but I think I've already lost. Oh, okay. This is a good one. Would you like more sex?
Is that a real question?
It's a real fucking, yes, it's a real question. I know he'd fucking have sex 6 times a day.
I think
hope you're not
guy.
watching anymore, Peggy.
Yes.
I know your answer.
Yeah.
What guy wouldn't say yes?
I've known, I've heard.
Not necessarily just guys, though.
No.
No,
I mean,
that's
I
true.
would like more sex too.
Oh, you would?
Yeah, I would. I'd like more sex too.
I mean,
we have a mutual agreement out here.
Okay, well, we'll be right back.
We're going to pause for station identification.
The other question, Marion, said the definition of promiscuity has changed so much from the 60s to the present. Yeah.
That's true.
That's true.
That is true.
And Vanessa, I was not always the mild-mannered math teacher.
Ooh.
Although, I don't know why, but when she said that the math teacher, just like Van Halen.
That's what I was. She's my cherry pie.
Teacher.
Remember that video?
For teacher.
Popped in my head there.
She's my cherry pie. Yeah.
And she says, "Sex comes and goes, doesn't it always?"
Yeah, it does. Like we've had our ebbs and flows through our whole marriage, and
comes and goes.
It comes and goes.
And wait until menopause, which happens to women and men.
Fucking yeah, I know.
I never heard of men going through menopause.
What do you mean for?
They do. Men have PMS too.
See, I don't. Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, you do. You don't think you do?
I don't think I do.
You get moody.
Only when women piss you off now.
Women piss me off too sometimes, Rod. I get it.
Oh, women when they get on each other's nerves. I've seen those fights before at the office.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like I am not going past either one of them.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're clear all day.
Shit gets women, like men. I admire this about men. Like men, they'll have a beef with each other. They'll go punch each other or whatever, and then the next day they're friends again.
Hug it out and go have beers. You're all good.
Yeah. Women, they're like, bitch, ain't talking to you. You're a bitch for the rest of my life.
We had 2 women go at it one day in the office arguing, and just like one says the wrong thing to one woman, and she's like, "You don't ever say," and it's just like
people were
here we go. People were standing up looking over cubicles. They were trying to figure out what to do.
Wait a minute, I'll go get some popcorn. I'll be right back.
All the guys were like, "I don't even know how to. Do we get in between? I mean,
what do we do?"
Yeah.
If it was 2 guys, it'd be easy to step in between them. But 2 women,
no, you get your fucking eyeballs clawed out.
That's right. Yeah, you don't. Yeah, just let it go. It'll work itself out.
Like I'm almost a pacifist. Like I really am. Like any kind of confrontation or fights make me so uncomfortable, and I like any kind of disagreements. I'm like, I gotta leave. Most people want to sit and watch. I'm like, I'm out of here because I'm like gonna have an anxiety attack. Yeah, I hate that shit.
Vanessa says, "What my hot flashes? Be careful what you wish for."
I already have hot flashes. That's why the windows are open in the Ohio Valley in December.
And Mary says, "Quality over quantity always." And then James said, "Testosterone drops and everything changes." Well, now you got but now you got
that's what I was talking about. Yeah,
the Frank, who's the old White Sox player with the testosterone commercials?
Frank Thomas. Yeah, Frank Thomas. The big hurt.
The Thomas pills you take now.
I used to go across the street and give the old man testosterone shots every week.
Really?
Yeah. And his wife was looking at me every time, like, "Don't give that to him."
It's just like, no, is it that time already?
Yeah.
Yeah, I gotta think a lot of women hate the Viagra pill when it came out. A lot of old women.
How'd that come about anyway?
Halloween, you know how friendly I get? I was drinking wine while we were going trick-or-treating. And then I walked over there and they knew I was a nurse because they see me come home in my scrubs. Right. And for some reason he was like, "I take testosterone." And I was like, "Oh, I can give them to you." Yeah. I fucking offer my services to everybody.
I remember that now.
All right, what's the next question?
Okay. Would you hang on?
When you doing
this one? Oh. Would you keep all pornography away from your teenagers?
I mean, you can't really do that.
If you could, would you? It's a simple answer for me.
Probably not, I guess.
I wouldn't.
Would you keep pornography away from your children?
Your teenagers.
Your teenagers?
Yeah.
Would you keep? I mean, you can't really do it as a parent. You can't really.
But if you could do it, would you?
I'd be like, probably. You have to learn to find it like I did back in the day. I'm not help. You wouldn't. Yeah.
You didn't learn from pornography?
No, but like, I mean, if the parents were aware of it, like trying to block it. I mean, I'm
not going to be like, hey, Kylie, here's some porn. You want to watch it? I'm not going to do that. But it's also like, be free, explore, be you.
I guess, but you have to worry about some of the porn they would see nowadays. It ain't like this back in the day.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Did I tell you that time we went to the Theater X and there was a pregnant sex doll? Like, that's a thing.
A pregnant sex doll?
Sex doll.
Oh, sex doll. Wait a minute, a sex doll is pregnant.
Like a blow up sex doll?
Yeah.
She was pregnant.
Wow, that's
a thing. Yeah, like.
But there are some guys in the pregos, as they call them.
Apparently, they make sex dolls. So that like what the fuck?
Well, a sex doll, yeah. It's whatever floats your boat.
Whatever, yeah.
Alan said yes. Alan says keep it away.
Okay.
And Peggy says she is watching still. So
I changed my answers. No,
it was me that put my foot in my mouth as usual.
Vanessa says you must educate the youngest of the world. Be careful with and how you teach them. Yeah.
Here's my theory.
That's very true.
My theory is I want her to have her issues and I want her to have her problems and her experiences while she's in my house. So that when she goes out into the world, she's, I can help her while she's here. So when she goes out into the world, she's prepared.
Yeah. But they say a lot of kids end up learning stuff from porn, which is actually causing issues now.
Yeah, I know.
I see that, especially probably the stuff that's out there now.
Well, like for a lot of the guys and stuff are doing things they think the porn actors will do, or they see on these videos, and it's like, no, you don't really spit on somebody. It's like, just stuff they do in the videos.
Yeah, don't spit on them. Don't piss on them. Don't take a shit on their chest. Don't do that stuff. That's just considerate.
Well, I wasn't going anywhere near the steamer.
I did.
Well, Rod, you should know better than that.
Open the door just a little bit.
Yeah, you just get a little crack, and that's all it is. And it goes slamming wide open. I'm here.
Like, what are you guys doing? I'm here. Oh, yeah. All right. Let's see. What's the next question you got there?
All right.
Would you say that happiness is found or made?
Ooh.
I'm so shocked that it's taking you all to. You have to think about this question.
Found or made?
Yeah, I think it's made. For sure, it's made.
I would say for the most part, it probably is made.
It is made.
Yeah,
but it can be.
It can be found now.
It can be, but
you still have to make it work. Though.
Yeah,
so
it's made. It's made. You can choose to be happy or not.
We must have. We must have Vanessa on the good bourbon eggnog tonight. That's what she put.
What's that mean?
No scat, no water sports.
What's that mean?
You don't know what scat or water sports?
I think I might know what water sports is, but I don't know what scat is.
It's not the piss.
Oh, it's the shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Me neither, Vanessa. Me neither.
Or water.
That might be grounds for divorce, honestly.
Head coach says made. I would probably say
it is made.
I would probably say made as well.
It is made.
I'd say it is too.
But sometimes you're surprised by things that give you an inner happiness that you weren't expecting.
Yes, it is. Yes, those are happy surprises.
But you can find it, but you still have to make it work.
Yeah, and you have to make it last. Like you can find happiness everywhere, but when you find it, you got to make it last.
Right. And then James said, made, it comes from you, not the world around you.
Yes, it does.
Very true. Very true.
Happiness is a state of being.
Yes.
It's not a choice, though.
I kind of think it is.
To be happy?
Yes.
I could
wake up and be like, I could wake up every morning and be like, oh, my life sucks. I don't have a yacht. I can't go to Paris this weekend. I'm fucking miserable. Or I could wake up and be like, I have a roof over my head. I have food in my belly. I have a job. Like, I have a family. I'm so happy.
It's a different outlook.
It is. People are very different. People are very different in that aspect.
And there are some people that try to always find the bad stuff, or they seem to always find the bad stuff about things.
Right.
The Debbie Downers of the world.
Yeah.
But not the good Debbie Downer.
Oh, God.
Yeah, a lot of people aren't happy unless they're mad or bitching about something.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you still reading comments?
Is that all the comments?
There you go. Next question.
Okay. Would you me and Todd, we had different, never mind. Would you rather be a great lover or have one?
Be one.
Be one.
That's not what you said when we were waiting. You said have one because we both agreed.
That one.
I'd rather have one than be one. No, I'd rather be one.
That's what I said.
I can't remember what I said. I'll be back. I don't remember. I want to be one and have one.
It's not the question.
I would say be one.
Yep.
Let me see here. Vanessa said happiness is the result of previous life choices. James says, I want to be happy, but I'm clinically depressed. A chemical imbalance I did not choose. Oh, there you go. That's a situation like that. It's not a choice.
Yeah. That sucks.
Perseverance is critical to one's survival and happiness. True as well. Yeah, I mean, you got to take drugs when it's like a chemical imbalance on stuff. I know when me and James got together in Chicago and had some beers, it was a happy time that time for sure. We had a blast. Sometimes it's just about finding the littlest things for the happiness.
That's true. Yeah, I mean, you can make the littlest thing be, great or whatever.
Yeah.
And enjoyment and happiness.
Exactly. Hey, so Tweety, welcome. We're actually going through the game right now. We lost our game host for a second, so she'll be right back.
Yeah, she'll be right back. What's up, Tweety?
But hopefully you guys are finding this entertaining. I know head coach said he was, so just one of those fun type of things to do. And
yeah, comment. Curious to see what everybody says.
Yeah, what do you guys all think about this?
She loves it. She always wants to get these books out all the time when people are around. It is a good conversation starter.
Yeah.
No right or wrong answers for anything. It's just kind of interesting.
Don't worry, we'll be back to Drunk Fools on Thursday again. So
that's right. And a little preview for Thursday.
Yeah, if you missed earlier, Shannon will be doing the Mad Dog 2020.
Might be the most views ever that you'll have on this one.
Yeah, that's gonna be an epic episode.
We have to get Joe on there somehow, some way.
He's never coming back.
Oh,
you ask the questions. I'm tired of reading. You pick.
Oh, Vanessa says she does like it. So great. Jeremy said, what game are we playing? Jeremy, we've been doing this whole question game the whole time.
That's the Would You book, but I also have the book of questions. This is the deeper book.
Oh, well, yeah. That's more better when you're drunk already.
Well, we're going to get there, Rod.
James said, much better than drinking alone. Excellent.
Yes.
Nice.
And Mary said, I love Dear Occupant Mail. Makes me happy. And Mad Dog, my headache's just thinking about it.
I literally probably haven't had it for 30 years, but I'm so excited to try it again.
Yeah, said no one ever.
Yeah, never.
No, if I did it 30 years ago, I'd be like 12. So I wasn't quite that long, probably 25 years ago.
The outcome may still be the same now.
True.
But it's going to be great to watch.
That's so fun.
All right. And
I might have to get a Four Loko just because.
I want to try Four Loko. I think I could probably handle it.
You want to go back to Four Loko?
I don't know.
I've never tried it. I want to try it because y'all were.
I might have to grab one, but it may not be the go-to one.
Okay, so we're going to do this Thursday. So I'll be off Thursday.
You'll be off Wednesday, Thursday, Friday next week.
Yeah, Wednesday, Thursday, so I can recover on Friday. So if I drink 4 Loco and Mad Dog 2020, I'll probably be out the whole next day.
Yeah, probably.
Vanessa's like, book of questions, ask away. Let me see. Tweety says, took the boyfriend's dad out for dinner and drinks tonight, turned 50 something. And Jeremy says, I'm still waiting on my psychic reading.
I want a psychic. I want to know where the psychic is, because that's right up my alley.
He's saying you.
He's waiting for you to give the psychic reading.
I'm the psychic?
No, that's what he's just saying. Like, he's waiting for the psychic reading.
I'm not psychic.
You want to ask Jeremy what his sign is, that you can give him a whole reading on his zodiac things? I know you like doing that.
Oh, there you go.
Give me your day, the date of birth, the place you were born, and the time you were born. Now, next week, I will give you everything you need.
There you go, Jeremy.
I'll tell you all the keys to your life.
Next week. Stay tuned. Inquiring minds want to know.
All right, let's fire the next question.
All right. Would you be more fearful of what you don't know or what you do?
More fearful of what don't know or what I do?
Do know, yeah.
You go first, Rod. Now Todd's reading, so you go first. I go second. Todd goes third.
More fearful of what I don't know. I think it's what I do. What I do know.
Me too.
Yeah, what I do know.
Yeah. How can you be afraid of something you don't even know about?
Well, there's some shit that happens that you don't know about that if you find out, it could rock your world. I mean,
I don't want to know.
Well, a lot of people are fearful of death because you don't know.
Yeah, that's true.
Happen.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
But the shit that I do know, if people knew what I know on certain things, that would freak people out.
Yeah.
Some of the stuff I know.
Me too.
Yeah, especially in the financial world. Whew.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, choose a financial advisor wisely.
Oh, I'm sure.
You know. And then see if there's any comments here. Anybody else? You know, would you be more fearful of what you do know or what you don't know? Let me see. Jeremy says, I was born in 1912 on Mars in October.
He's going to be back on Thursday.
Have I taken care of you?
Yeah.
I've probably taken care of you before. I might have even wiped your ass.
But actually, Vanessa says December 1st, 1961, Hartford Hospital in Connecticut, 4:31 a.m.
That's why I got to
write this shit down because she's actually being serious.
Yeah, I got to get a pen.
Hang on, you got to leave that up for just a second.
Hold on for Miss Cleo.
Yeah,
We've now got
no, wait.
Cleo
who was the famous one that was
Cleo?
No,
Cleo.
not Cleo, but the one actually.
Okay.
November.
No, December the first. That's the day before
December
me.
1st.
She's a Sagittarius. Yeah. That's why I love her so much.
She's the second.
1961. Hartford, Connecticut.
Hartford Hospital, Connecticut.
Hartford.
4:31 a.m.
Okay. 4:30 a.m.
No, wait a minute. Is that a.m. or p.m.?
It's 4:30. That's a.m.
Yeah.
A.m.
A.A. or a.m.
A.A.
I wrote A.A.
A.M.
Okay.
There you go.
Oh, girl.
You gonna have it for Thursday for her?
Yeah, totally. I'll have it for her.
Well, Vanessa, you have to tune in to the Beer Flow show Thursday.
Vanessa's always here on Thursdays.
You remember to do that early on before the malt liquor hits.
Yeah, she'll have it ready before Thursday.
Yeah, I love Vanessa, so I want to know more about her. So, I'm gonna dig into this shit real fast.
Like Vanessa said, there are things you don't know and do not want to know.
Right.
Which I agree. Yeah.
Ignorance is bliss.
And Tweety says, I'd be more fearful of what I don't know. But that's because I have a shiny foil hat.
Shiny foil hat.
Like on what's that movie? With Mel Gibson and was the M. Night Shyamalan movie.
With Signs.
Yes, I love that movie. I love that.
You have a foil hat on.
James says, I usually lie and say my birthday is April 1st. Mary says that falls into the question. If you could know the rest of your life, would you want to? I would.
I would not. Would you?
I would let that planned out.
No.
So I know.
I don't think I would.
I like to concentrate on today. I don't want to worry about tomorrow.
Part of me would want to know, but I don't know that I would.
I don't want to know anybody's
Man, that's
future.
a tough one. That's a good question.
Yeah.
That's a tough one.
Really? You would want to know.
How would you not want to know? You want to know every single episode of the show that you watch. Like, you want to know who wins,
that's
whatever.
not my life. I don't want to know when I die. I don't want to worry about when I'm going to die. Like, if I know when I'm going to die, I'll be like counting down every day, worrying about what I'm doing today.
Yeah,
but here's a question: would it be worse?
It could be a good thing, though.
Would it be worse to know the day you were going to die or how you were going to die?
Ooh, the day. I don't want to know the day. I might know why, but I don't want to know the day.
If you could know the rest. 1, 2. What was that again? How was it?
If you would be worse to know the day you're going to die or how you're going to die?
Which would be worse?
To know, yeah.
Worse would be the day, I think.
I would say how.
Really?
Yeah, because me, I think, okay, so if I'm going to die next Friday, I could do all kinds of shit between now and then. Next Friday, be like, whatever. Let's go. We'll go travel, do whatever, and do this, whatever.
No, I could not handle the emotions that it would give me knowing I'm going to die and so when. I could not handle it.
I don't know.
Yeah. No.
That's a very good question, though.
Yeah.
What about you, Rod?
It should be in the book. It might be.
It might be. It might be in there.
It'd probably be worse to know the how. Because it would limit your options. Like if they say you learn the how, and they say you're going to die in a bus wreck, then you're not living your life away from buses or whatever. Or if it was a plane,
yeah.
If you just knew the day, you just knew what it was going to be. Like, but if they said if you got lucky and they said peacefully in your sleep, then that wouldn't be a bad how. So that how, knowing how it could be, could actually determine a little bit more.
I just think knowing the day would give me more anxiety than knowing how.
Yeah, I mean, it could be, like Elvis on a shitter.
Could be.
Nobody wants that because nobody wants to be taken out off the shitter, right? So
yeah.
58 on Sunday, so I don't know if you need.
Yeah, Vanessa turned 58 a Sunday ago, and she said she will be here for the show.
And I'll tell you all about you.
She says, I had 2 jobs in the Air Force. You don't want to know the first.
Oh.
Vanessa, I think you could do anything and like literally anything.
Oh,
I don't think you could surprise me. I really don't think Vanessa could surprise me of what she's done or what she can do or how she does it. Like she's like
at this point, be more surprised that you couldn't do it.
Like Vanessa could like save the world, I think, if she wanted to. She should put Super Vanessa Kitty on her name.
There you go. Super Kitty.
Super Kitty.
Super Miss Kitty. Miss Super Kitty.
Miss Super Kitty.
Peggy says, "Man, dog, really? You can do better than that, Shannon."
Hey, I was like 16. I had to drink what I could get my hands on.
It's Thursday's show, Mom. Tune in.
Yeah, we're going back. We're having a show. Like the liquor we drank in the beginning, when we couldn't afford anything, we had to get older people to buy it for us. So
it's actually malt liquor.
Malt liquor. No, it's malt liquor.
It's an area thing.
Our Thursday show's a little more crazier. Can Mom handle it?
Hey, she knows who I am. I don't hide from her.
That's true. You know how Shannon is, and we just all
own discretion.
Yeah, I don't hide myself from anybody.
Oh yeah.
Peggy should come and be on the show with us.
And she said that stuff makes you crazy.
Are you talking from experience?
Yeah, Peggy. Have you ever had Mad Dog?
Sounds like you've had one.
I think she has. What's your favorite flavor, Peggy?
And so Tweety says, free will is bad enough without us knowing what we're actually supposed to be doing.
Huh?
So free will is bad enough, not without us knowing what we're actually supposed to be doing. Talking about the fear.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, Vanessa, I've been told I was going to be dead on a certain date too many times to count. I am outliving some of those who stated this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I believe in a certain amount of, like, we went to a medium. And, like, I went open, very open. Todd went as a total skeptic. He didn't believe, he thought it was all bullshit. And, I mean, that took us, this woman is, like, legit. Like, it takes a long time to get into her.
So this was after...
After my mom died.
You're right. Well, yeah. I was going to set it up a little bit.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, no, I was just going to say it was after her mom passed away.
Yeah.
And our nephew...
Yeah, and then my nephew died like 3 months later.
Several months later.
Yeah. So we went and she did say some shit that was like, okay, this makes sense. But then when I walked in, I'm like, oh, maybe, whatever. And Todd's like, no, do not. Or like, he was like such a believer, and I was still like, okay, maybe.
So when you sign up for when you make your reservation, they don't ask for any. You just kind of give them a name.
You give them your first name.
Your first name, and that's it. So there's really no way they can look your information up online or whatever to get any background data for about you. So you go in and sit, and she sits and just
she did draw my aura.
Yeah, she'll draw like your aura and colors and whatnot, but she'll sit there and she's listening, taking notes, whatever. Like she's hearing all these voices, like talking to her.
Yeah.
And she's like, okay, so the so and so makes sense, or so and so wants to say hi, or whatever. And a lot of it's like, okay, how would you know that?
Yeah, she gave us names.
I mean, there was some stuff there. It was like, okay, damn, maybe it's legit.
So did you think it was real?
I thought it was real. Like I was going into it, I was like,
yeah, he was like,
just taking money, whatever. And she was always
this is another Shannon thing, like.
But coming away, it was like a total flip flop. Like she was like, I don't know, and I'm like, no, there was a lot of stuff there that was like, nobody would. You couldn't look it up online, like
because she was talking about my cousin that died like when I was 17. She was like his name and was saying I did not kill myself because like there was like certain circumstances, and it was like, did he kill himself or did he not? And that's what one of the things she said was like, Tommy was his name. She said Tommy. And she was like, he is saying, I did not kill myself.
Yeah, and she'd say, does that make sense? Do you understand what that means or anything?
I was like,
it was just a lot of stuff.
I'm open, but I'm still kind of a skeptic.
Yeah, I mean,
I would wish I'd have known or would have known more of like older generation type family stuff. Like when we were there that day, she did like half hour on her, and then really wasn't supposed to be me, but we had extra time. So she's like, well, you can sit down and I'll do yours as well.
Yeah.
And there's people like my grandfather who was called Peepaw, but his name was Robert, and she, apparently he was present and was making some mentions or whatever.
Yeah, so and she did say Leroy or Lee.
Yeah.
Like my middle name's Lee. My grandpa's name was Leroy, which I've never even met him. He died before I was even born. But
so there's a lot of stuff that makes you think, not 100% bogus. I think it's some validity to it for sure. It
is, but I think a lot of people close their spirits.
But you got to be somewhat open to it too. Yeah. I mean, if you go in close, which it changed me, and I think it kind of did a 180 on both of us.
Like, because I was like, maybe.
But I was like, nah, I don't know about this.
It's kind of interesting. I mean,
we went a second time. We went a second time with my brother.
Honestly, I would recommend anybody if it's a decent source. Like the person that we went to is in Barbstown. And if you don't like,
it's like a year out. You can't even get into it.
For 6 months to 12 monts out. Mm-hmm. We just happened to get in early because she had a cancellation.
Yeah, because she'll call you and be like, "Oh, I got a cancellation. Can you come in?" Bardstown's like an hour and a half, 2 hours away.
That's
so
about an hour.
Yeah, sometimes it's like my brother called me and said, "Can you go?" I'm like, "No, I can't fucking go." I'm like,
"Yeah." So it's
I gotta be there. Like, no, it's not happening.
Just for once, like. Even if you're just doing it for entertainment value, I would recommend doing it one time just to see for yourself and see.
Yeah.
Well, I'd be interested to see what other people, experiences was. We kind of got turned on her from our nephew's mom.
Yeah. My nephew, when he died, his mom came over, my brother's ex-wife, and she came over and she was like telling us about the whole thing. And she was like, I cannot believe she told me this.
She was emotional about it. Like it was, it was kind of
pretty cool.
It was interesting for sure.
Yeah.
Let me see. Jeremy says, I don't want to know if I die from a paper cut infection. LOL. I'd be embarrassed.
Paper cut infection. That would kind of suck.
But if you knew how, every time you came close to that scenario, you'd be aware.
That's true.
You would be kind of aware. You'd be aware of what you're supposed to die that way, but that doesn't mean it still can't happen that way. Like, for instance, say you're going to get hit by a truck, so you're kind of careful doing something.
Right, yeah.
But then maybe something startles you where you notice a truck, you back up, you turn around, and another truck hits you from a different direction. So you don't know. It could still,
right.
Yeah.
I have those. Do you all ever have those moments, though? Like, I'll be driving to work, and I'll see a semi come in the opposite way, and I'm like, I'm about to die. Like, he's going to fucking hit me, and I'm going to die. You never feel that way?
No.
Yeah, I'm like.
I mean, you're not the same way.
Another question on the backside of that would be, so is it a chain reaction? So if you know a truck's going to kill you, are you changing future events of how way things should be?
Yeah, but that's what he was saying. He's like, you think you're trying to change it, but then you turn around, you see the truck coming, you turn around, go the other way, and then the fucking truck from the other way hits you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if it's like a predetermined type, and I'm looking at the situation of the how being a predetermined fate that you're going to die that way, which.
Yeah.
Right.
You know,
right.
I know I'm going to die from an illness.
You just know that? Like someone called you and said,
yes,
hey.
I do know because I don't take care of myself and I never go to the doctor. And
how do you not go to the doctor when you're a nurse?
Because doctors are
They're
bullshit.
the worst, Rod. Nurses. She's like, oh, you need to go to the doctor. I'm like, really?
I'm like, it's gonna go away.
And she's like, nah, it's okay. It'll take care of itself.
It'll go away. Like it'll be fine. They'll just put me on a bunch of fucking medicine, and it's gonna cost $500 or $1,000 for an MRI. Because we went. I have migraines not so much anymore, but I went and I had an MRI, and they were like, well, you might have an aneurysm in your brain. I had a CT scan, and they were like, you might have an aneurysm. It looks like you could have an aneurysm. So now we're going to send you to an MRI. I'm like, no, it's just some vein thing. So like $1,500 later, I should have just fucking took some Tylenol.
Yeah. Well, some of them would do it because they'll get that bill marked up on you. Hospitals are businesses too.
They are fucking they should
way more than it should be.
They should not be businesses.
And James said, excellent performance, but not real. If mediums and psychics were real, they'd be famous, powerful people. Government, scientists, doctors, you name it, would consult them openly.
Well, I think mediums and like I feel shit. Like, I think everybody's got it in them. It's not like an exact science. It's not. It's a feeling. It's your intuition. You got to be open. It's not like perfect science. Like,
yeah.
I don't think it's.
I mean,
like the lottery numbers are going to be.
I would say to that, do it one time and just see.
Yeah, because he was like, no, this is bullshit.
I was totally like,
we're fucking wasting our money.
Yeah, I was, and I'm way more of a believer than
I was. Yeah.
And some presidents, they have spiritual advisors, but then again, I don't believe them either half time.
Yeah.
Well, half time. Most of the time.
Half the time, yeah.
Yeah.
90% of the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I feel like I'm kind of like, I'm an open, like I will be like this, I'll think of something, then it'll fucking happen. And this might not be that, but like I'll be like thinking something, he'll say it, or he'll think something and I'll say it. Like, and then, like one day, what was it? We were watching something. No, it was when I made that food about the green chilies. And so I ate it and I was like, these green chilies like really make this dish. And he just started laughing. And I'm like, why are you fucking laughing? He's like, I was getting ready to say the exact same thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you guys know each other. You guys have been around each other so long. You start to think alike in some regard.
Yeah. And that could be. That could be.
She has said that.
Yeah, that could be. Like we're basically the same. Like we're turning into the same person. I'm like, and it pisses me off. I'm like, I don't want you thinking what I'm thinking.
So we be reading about their prediction, how they all came true in the news, which I can actually go back and say, it was something that back in the early 80s, there was a thing on HBO that they did with Orson Welles about Nostradamus.
I read that.
What was it? Okay. It was a, I was going to say it was a special on TV, but I know there was a book. So
yeah,
they were going through the documentation of stuff, and there's some weird stuff in it, because I will say there's some stuff that was mentioned that you could draw similarities to things that had actually happened and leading up to stuff. And there's some weird stuff that happened in there that's kind of like still in the back of my mind. It kind of says things may get ugly at a certain point here, because things are kind of parallel to some of the stuff he was mentioning. But it's like, I don't ever talk to anybody about it because it's like such a freaky type thing. But it's funny because it was like 83. You could like look at the specials, like The Man Who Saw Tomorrow. It's on YouTube in different parts. And there's some similarities between some things. So it's interesting.
Well, he wrote a book. It was the name of the book was like 1980s or 1980 something. That was the name of the book. Orson Welles wrote that book.
No, you're talking about George Orwell, 1984.
Yeah, George Orwell. Yeah, but that's kind of the same thing, because he wrote this book and it was basically about Big Brother back in the day. And the shit has happened. It's happened. Like everything he put in that book has happened. Yeah.
Science fiction. Shit. That's why science matters.
I'm not saying it doesn't matter. It does matter.
comes full
but
circle.
if I'm a logic or if I could pick logic or feelings, I'd pick feelings. Might be dead in the gutter, but at least I felt something.
When I watched Star Trek back in the day, Spock was my favorite guy. All logic, science officer.
And people like me need people like you. So
yeah.
Next question.
Brandon says cheers, craft beer pours.
Cheers.
And CBP Trish is here, keep sipping. Shannon, she's happy to see you there.
I keep sipping.
What's up, Trish?
Me and Todd talk about your all's video. I watched it when you all did the
blind.
Yeah, the blind taste test for you and your husband with the
Miller Lite
macros. Is that what they're called?
Mm-hmm.
Macros, yeah.
Vanessa, he told us that before, stuck by cars crossing the street twice in her life. You know what it feels like getting hit by cars going 70. I do not know what that feels like, but I'm glad you're here. I'm glad everything turned out okay. Well, that you're still here. I know you still have to go through some of the stuff with the treatments and everything, but that's crazy,
man.
And
just kind of gone full circle in life.
Yeah, I know,
everything.
I'm not surprised if a car hit Vanessa going 70 something. I'm not surprised she's still here. None of us would be, but Vanessa is. And
at this point, I would say she was just standing and the car got all dented.
Yeah, she just stood there. She prayed and nothing happened. The fucking driver's dead, but she's still here.
For all we know, Vanessa might be the first cyborg. So,
right.
Coach, this is so awesome. I love this show. Well, thanks, brother.
Oh, thanks.
James said he's done it with psychics many times. I've read a lot about their methods. It's a con game that never predicts anything better than rules of 10. And that's the thing I was going to say earlier.
There are a lot of cons.
They do play a high statistical probability on stuff, but you never really know until you just don't know if.
No,
that's true. I mean, I agree with that too. But in our experiences, we've been twice.
Yeah.
We went with her brother too one time.
It's kind of like.
And there was a lot of stuff is like, holy shit. I barely even knew some of this stuff. You get thinking about it, you're like, okay, yeah.
I mean,
it's kind of what you want to make it, I guess.
It's kind of like deja vu moves. I've been in spots before I haven't been before, but I already knew the area.
Yeah.
So you
right?
Can't
yes, deja vu for sure.
I've been to spots and I've never been to that area like that, but I'll look around and remember being in that moment somewhere.
Rod, do you believe in past lives?
For a point, I thought there might be something to that it might, I don't really believe in God or anything like that. I'm an atheist in that regard.
I'm an agnostic.
But is there something where maybe you would go from one vessel to another vessel? It's kind of interesting. I mean, I don't know how to explain how I remember being in a place I haven't been before. I've been there at other times, and it's like I've never been to that city or that state, but yet I remember it so clear. So I don't know.
I think you might be agnostic. I don't think you're atheist. If you're open to that.
I'm pretty sure there's no God.
No, agnostic is not believing in God. Agnostic is you don't know.
Else.
No, I'm not. Yeah, you don't know. I know there's no.
You don't know. There could be something. There may be, but probably not. I think.
Yeah, but that's like the safe card that people play. I don't believe there is a God.
No, I don't believe there's a God. I don't believe there's somebody in the sky. I don't believe in I don't believe that. I'm envious of people that do.
Why?
Because you have somebody when I did believe, because I believed for a while, it was easy to have somebody to put your issues on, pray to somebody that you thought was in charge. So my life was easier then. My personality, who I am never changed after I did or didn't believe, but I just believe I don't know. I just believe that people have souls, and maybe when we die, we're gone. Maybe we're not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nobody knows. Nobody.
Right.
Knows. Yeah. True.
Nobody knows.
James had asked, read Nostradamus' original writings, just like horoscopes. You read what you want in his quote trains. Yeah, I've read some of his writings before, but to give you an example, part of one of the things, and again, this was 1983 or whatever, so it wasn't even anywhere close to where it is, but towards the end of the show, one of his last things written was talking about the rise of the next world. Basically would be what's now considered the Third World War. that would end up happening, and that'll be the last war that we'd actually have of all the nations. And the way it kind of starts out talks about attacks being done, what was written as the new city in the new land or whatever, which they associated with America and being New York City and everything like that. And what would end up happening would be he didn't really know how to put it, but like two birds or whatever, something in the sky that would launch the attack on a new city. And then this would lead to other things happening where a former, like basically they equate to a superpower that have fallen would end up linking up with another power that they consider like in the Middle East to come back against the one remaining power left. And so the way it was shown back then, it was interesting because they thought it was like a nuclear war. But then when you're looking at it, it was thinking under this. So what if the two birds weren't missiles from a nuclear war? What if the two birds were two planes that hit the World Trade Tower?
Right. That's what I was getting ready to say.
That actually took the towers down. And then the formations of some of the government stuff being set up now, we're losing more of the tide in the Middle East, because part of the show also talked about how it would all start also over there with the shifting of what they considered Israel and being moved to a new capital, which just happened with the new capital that to show support behind them doing that, and the shrinking of the Palestinians. So it's kind of like there's different things. And again, this is 83. So we're 30 something years ago when this was actually on, and there's a lot of stuff laid out about it. And they said, the way they kind of worked out, which is really one of the weird things from when that attack would happen, they said it would be 20 something years after that when the war would take place, which is interesting because you think of it was like 2001, and it was like 27 years of what they kind of estimated from what he had written, all that kind of stuff, which would be pulling it up later on. And I'm like, why go to college and get loans? Because you're going to never pay them off. Right? That's one of the things that popped in my head. It's like, why do all this anyway? Stuff? But it's kind of funny is now we hit 2020 next year.
Yeah.
Seeing some of the stuff out there. And like I said, he was awful. Some things that got read into it. The whole Hitler thing was in there. There was all kinds of stuff. They talked about the fall of Napoleon. There was all different things. But again, this was back in 83. And this guy lived like in 15 something, I think, when all this stuff was written down. Yeah. So there's nobody really knows.
Right.
And a lot of people will easily disbelieve something like that may be happening, but you just don't know. You don't know. It's funny.
Right. So there's a documentary on Netflix. It's got something to do with Notre Dame, however you say his name. And it said Antichrist, something about the Antichrist. And I'm like,
there'll be 3 Antichrists.
Yeah, but I'm also like, I don't believe that. I don't believe in all
the second one was thing. The second one was Hitler. The first one, I forget who the first one was. And they said the third one will be the one in this upcoming war.
But do you think, I'm thinking, so he says Antichrist. So then if he's saying Antichrist, then there's got to be a Christ. So I'm like, it's got to be bullshit, right?
Well, it was religious back then. So
yeah.
I mean, I think Nostradamus, I believe he was
a religious
person too. So. But you never know. You never know. And apparently, like after that Third World War, everybody makes nice. It's kumbaya, and everybody lives together happily ever after.
Happily ever after.
That's the way it should be.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens. Oh, let me see here. Yeah. So first time was 1993, August 10/31, a.m. on a Saturday in Tucson. That's when Vanessa got hit the first time.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Can imagine it. Yeah, twice. Yeah. Changed that one stream that was inside Bruegel's Hunters in the Snow, but that's because I had recently seen the painting. Remember that I had the dream first. Nostro didn't predict climate change until someone goes back and looks at his writings again. It's a winky eye.
I need another beer. You need a beer? Let me get your beer.
It says he's showing us a bunch of mirrors. So that is interesting. Religion is also a business, very much, Coach, very much. So I've said that a long time ago. It's actually I don't want to offend anybody out there, but to me, it's always been kind of a brainwashing type business too. You get people to kind of fall under a certain way to believe a certain thing, and have them thinking that theirs is better than the other ones out there. You're really separating people.
The way I kind of see it, I think back when, so it's a book that's been translated million times, whatever, in arguably the hardest language, and they've said, to translate in history. So I think maybe back in the time that was a way to control people.
Yeah.
Beliefs of things. It was a way to control society without actually having a ruler of some sort. You know what I mean? And it still kind of is. Yeah. I mean, you still kind of have the churches, which is people go and we went to church for a while. So my experience somewhat is, and some of the people that I know that go to church, it feels like that it's a way to hide behind. It's a avenue to hide behind. Like I almost feel like they're better than you just because they go to church.
Yeah.
In my feeling, I don't know. I shouldn't say a percentage, but a lot of percentages, like they're probably way worse than anybody else out there. Just because you go to church doesn't mean you're a good person. You know what I mean?
I didn't see any of the non-church people slapping a reporter's ass.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's a very touchy subject, but to me, it's kind of
it is a touchy. It is a touchy subject, but we don't judge people that go to church and believe. Like I'm happy for them. Like
it's almost kind of an envy.
Yeah, like I have no issue as long as you don't try to change my mind. I'm not going to try to change their mind. It's not like I'm going to say God's not real. You shouldn't believe. Like I got my beliefs. I have my beliefs, not God, but I have my beliefs, and you have yours, and that's fine. Have yours, and I'll have mine. We can still be fine together.
Well, people shouldn't judge anybody else anyway. But I tell people,
no, you shouldn't.
If you think you got to find your moral compass in a book, then you already have issues.
Right.
Speaking of book, what's the next question?
Next question.
Life in general shouldn't be as hard as what people make it.
Right. It sounds like something I taught you.
No, but I mean, I've always said, I've said on the show many times, like, just treat others the way you want to be treated. It's almost that simple, you know? I mean, it's not really that any harder than that.
Yes.
Do I want to do part 2 of this question?
Do what you want to do. It's your book.
All right. So part 2 of this question, would you say fears have more helped you or more hurt you?
Fears, you said?
So a fear, would you say fear has helped you more or hurt you?
Oh, definitely help.
You probably know the like.
I would say help.
Probably hurt me. If I'm scared of something, I don't want to do it. So that's bad.
It makes you stronger. It makes you stronger when you get through it.
Right. Yes. And I agree. But I'm trying to change that in myself. I'm trying to be like, if I'm afraid of it, I should like heights. I hate heights. Like clowns, that's just never going to happen. Like I'll punch a clown in the nose, but heights.
You got to watch out.
Like I'm not afraid of feeling, or like I'm afraid of stupid shit that doesn't matter.
Like clowns.
Yeah, like clowns. Yeah.
I never understood the clown fear, but that's just me.
Many of you wouldn't. Like I don't have a lot of fears. Like
it's not like a judgmental thing on a fear either. It's just I just never.
Well, many people haven't.
Yeah, I mean, people can get scared of all kinds of. I know people that get scared of stuff. Like Alan, the eclectic beer, joked about how he's a fear of spiders and how he hates spiders. And I mean, we have spiders in the basement, and I kill spiders.
Yeah.
You know, no problem.
Like I'm not afraid of spiders. I mean, like if it's a big fucking huge spider, then I'm like, I'd be afraid of anything that big.
Yeah.
You know, it's not a spider. It's just like, yeah.
You see the spiders in Australia; those things are huge.
I've seen some.
I mean, I don't want to be in contact with anything that can eat me. So.
Yeah.
You don't have to be a spider. What are you afraid of?
You.
I knew you were gonna say. I knew he was gonna say that. I knew he was gonna say that. That's good. You should.
I live in fear every day.
You should totally fucking be afraid of me.
Oh, let me go back here. Let's see. Coach has said, just because you go to church doesn't make you a better person. It's how you act outside of church, right?
It is. Yeah.
Exactly right.
They say the best thing of a person is how you act when nobody's looking.
That's called integrity.
That's right. Yep. Exactly.
Yeah. And James says, follow the money, coach. The church has got the money. Fear motivates, so Tweety, she says. So she gets motivated by her fears. Coach says fear has hurt him more because it's held him back.
Yeah, I get that.
Fear is a survival tool. We're all here. Fears can cause extreme irrationality, but if you face your fears, you may see a far different thing once you do. Yeah, I think fears can be motivated. And it's funny because for the work side of stuff that I do. Like I'm on LinkedIn and we do different things on that site. And there's always like success stories of guys that have made all kind of stuff. And a lot of the people that are sort of most successful people had to face fears at certain points and pretty much put it all on the line, almost homeless, or they were homeless for a point, or they were doing all that
risk
stuff.
takers.
But them fighting through that fear made them who they are. They became a motivator. So, and me working in sales is kind of like we do stuff, and it's like some people are afraid to call people because they like to cold call. And I'm like, cold call is fun. You don't know who that person is.
I worked in a bank. I worked in a bank, and I hated that. I'm like, give me your money. I'm gonna put you in debt. Because don't you need to improve your house? I'm like, I was the worst at that because I'm like, okay, you like, don't go into debt. Don't go into debt. You're okay, but I got to do this, dude. My job's dependent on it. Yeah, I was a horrible salesperson.
You were conflicted for sure.
I was. I'm like, I don't want to put people. They know what they need. I don't need to tell them what they need.
Well, the one thing is, if you're doing it, you got to believe in the product you're doing it for too. So you just can't do it to do it. I mean, that's just becoming a con artist or whatever.
Yeah, I don't think anybody should go into debt if they don't have to. Sometimes you have to, but
that's America. America puts people into debt.
Yeah, they do.
That's the way our system is. And number one cause of bankruptcy, medical.
Yes, I know. That's why I don't go to the fucking doctor.
Our medical system here is so screwed up.
They're gonna want to take me to all these tests, and they'll be like, "You're fine." That'll be $30,000.
Too business oriented.
There's people that are afraid to go to the hospital because of what it may cost them. Think about that. Like,
yeah. I get it.
Yeah.
I get it. It's bullshit.
That's a vicious cycle.
It is.
You get the insurance, and you got the doctors, and you got the lawyers. Because somebody goes for a hangnail, all of a sudden it gets infected, and they got to cut a finger off, so they're suing. So it's like, now everybody's insurance goes up because they got to cover that person.
Right. But I'm like, did they really need their finger cut off?
No. I'm
probably
just saying
not.
That's the problem. That's the problem with our medical system is you go to the doctor and they're like, oh, here. And I know for a fact the doctors get commissions on certain drugs or prescriptions, so they try to get you onto this different medication or whatever,
Well, the medical industry isn't too much different than the financial industry, so it's kind of funny.
No, it's not.
When I go to a doctor visit, I can easily tell when the salespeople come in. It's the same way we visit financial advisors. It's just like, and they're coming in and, hey, we got this new thing out, and so we get enough of this going through. We got a golf trip upcoming down to the Bahamas or whatever like that. It's all money motivated. So
that's right.
You know what else is really money motivated that people have no idea about? Nobody ever thinks about this in the medical field is hospice.
What about it?
They are money motivated. Like those people get paid out the ass to be a hospice. And I would love to be a hospice nurse, but it's got nothing to do with the money. But it's a corporation that is like just bleeding money from people that are dying. Yeah.
And people get bleed out by the Medicaid system and stuff too when they have to go into those homes and everything.
Yeah. I mean, we get they're not sales rep, they're called marketing something or another that come in all the time from hospice. Like, choose us.
Are they women or men?
Well, they're women because they're in the medical. There's not a lot of men in the medical field there are a few men that are nurses from hospice, but that come in, but mostly are women. Yeah. But it's a medical field.
Are they nurses or are they actually just?
They're usually nurses.
Oh, okay.
That's right, Tweety. First thing in sales, believing in your product. LOL.
Yeah.
That you have to do.
That's why I can never be a salesperson.
But I've seen people sell that didn't, and like I said, then they become a con artist.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
Hey, Rod, when am I going to get a name added? It's always just Todd.
That's because it's on that.
Just because Todd set it up that way.
You got to be on your own.
Well, then fucking put my name on there.
Well, I guess I could. Well, I could change it. I guess.
Yeah, I mean that's Todd.
I never even thought about it. Sorry. Thursday it'll be Shannon and Todd. You'll be first.
Let's just put Shannon. Let's just drop
okay.
Todd.
Yeah, Tweety said her mom used hospice and it was a dream. So
yeah, hospice. Yeah. They the people that work for the nurses and the caregivers in hospice. I don't think there's any more. There's no other more selfless Like
you're talking about the administration side of things.
yes, I'm talking about the businesses and the corporations, but yes, hospice as far as the nurses and the caregivers, like they're the best like people I've come in contact with in the medical field. Like
they basically just come in to make you easy to die, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They make you comfortable. It's called palliative care.
Yeah,
yes. Yeah. It's just like
see, that's where I think Dr. Kevorkian was like genius. There should be not genius, but you should have a choice. If you want to die, you should be able to die.
You do, but you just don't know you do. And I've told you that before.
I do what?
Like you do have a choice. Not you, but people have a choice. When they go to hospice, they're having a choice. They just don't know they have that choice.
When you go to hospice, you are choosing.
Well, you're in the hospital. You're not in hospice. I mean, why go to hospice?
I'm talking about Dr. Kevorkian coming in and giving you a shot and
going to your house.
It takes a little bit longer with hospice, but it's
well, it's the same thing.
Yeah. Once you get like
costs you way more money, but
no, but like with hospice, it's not like I've had patients on hospice that come off of hospice. Like
I've never heard anybody coming off of it.
Yes, it happens all the time because there's qualifiers. There's like diagnoses that hospice can accept you with.
Because hospice is supposed to be your last stop.
Yes, but it's terminal.
That's what she's saying. It should be.
Well, they say it's terminal, but people get better sometimes.
Yeah.
You think they're going to die, and they don't. And like after 6 months, a year, they've been on hospice, and they're like getting better, and they're not dying. You know, they take them off of hospice.
Yeah. Well, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, if the person wants to go, they should have a choice to be.
Oh, I totally agree.
Like Stephanie's mom, she wants them ready. She wants to just. She's done. She don't want to fight anymore.
I agree. I agree.
You know? But they make it where you.
I agree.
It's not legal to do that.
Vanessa says she can do her own hospice care, and I don't think anybody's surprised by that.
By her picture, I'm not surprised.
Yeah, there's no shocker there. No shock factor.
Blake, cheers, brothers. Cheers, everyone. Love the stream. Smash the like. Repent on chat. Thanks, Blake.
Cheers, homie.
As long as you guys are enjoying yourself, that's all that matters. I'm glad. It's a fun time. Some interesting stuff. So I'm glad you guys are all participating for the most part. Hospice bring the care to your home instead of having to go to the hospital all the time. And then Blake said his stepmom's in hospice right now.
Yeah, so. Hospice is the caregivers in hospice are the best nursing CNA staff I've ever met. Like I've never, rarely ever met somebody that chooses to work for a hospice that isn't caring and loving and warm. You know, like I've never met like a cold-hearted
Sounds like what you should do then.
I know that's what I would.
I know you said that.
Yeah, I would like to do hospice, but. Yes.
I want to leave the hospice. What's the next question?
Okay, what's the next question?
Let's see. Would you? No, that's what I was going to say. I couldn't remember if this is like part 2 of the question. That's the new question. Would you rather age well physically or mentally?
Ooh, age well physically or mentally? It'd be mentally for me.
Okay, so I probably like 10 years ago, I would have said mentally, but now that all the shit's starting to sag, I'm like, I might go with physically now. Yeah, now I'm like, back then I could choose mentally, but now I'm like, okay, I might go with physically now.
But you could get to work for the physical stuff.
But he won't let me. He says I'll go too far and yeah.
I'm like, smile. I am smiling.
Yeah, he won't let me do it. I
can't see it.
Yeah.
Well, you should cry. I am crying. What do you mean?
I want my lips done, and I want some
You're like Joan Rivers.
I don't want to be.
I
don't want to look 20. I don't want to look 20, but like my lips are like.
You don't need that shit. Just all natural.
Well, I have to. So.
I know.
I think Todd makes a good point. Yes, I mean, I wouldn't want the Botox or anything like that in my life or anything either. But
the Botox fades, it goes away.
But that's where it starts, though. You think that's what these girls on TV? They're like,
someone keeps going more and more.
Now, so all of a sudden you're a plastic doll.
I've never met anybody. It's like, Shannon, I love your mind.
That might be tonight.
I would hate to not be. I mean, think of if you think of the people that go through, what is it? Where you lose the memory, as I can't think of what it is.
Dementia. That's who I work with. I know all about it.
No, for me,
that would drive me crazy.
For me, it's 100% mentally because I'm already feeling it now. Like
I hate that. I
have CRS to the worst, which is
can't remember shit. I taught him that. Yeah. I had a resident, and he was like, "I got CRS. I'm sorry." Like what? He's like, "Can't remember shit."
It is like the older I get, I'm like.
But I hate that. I hate that was my answer because I've never felt like a materialistic person. I mean, I want both.
Now you are, I guess.
Now I am what? Materialistic?
I mean, I think if you're like physical, I think like physically, you're like, it's like some of the former athletes when they're going through a CTE, they're just shells of themselves on some of them, and they might be still in good shape, but they can't remember stuff. They end up being broken down for. I'd have to be mentally for sure.
Me too.
I think I changed my mind. I think I would rather be.
Because if you don't have your mentality.
Yeah, if you just love me because of how I look, I don't give two shits about you.
Well, you could look like Lou Ferrigno and don't know what 2 + 2 is. So mentally, you'd be like, you're screwed. But you could be mental, but and still kind of take care of everything else. In a sense, right?
Yeah. I would rather be.
I would think. I don't know. Maybe not.
No, I agree. I mean, what would I be if I didn't have no mind and I was just young looking? Like, you might like me for a minute, but then once you get to know me and know my head's fucking gone, then you'll be like, "See you later, bitch." Yeah. All right, so I'm going with the mind. That was a very shallow answer. I can't even believe I entertained that. That was very shallow of me.
What would you do if either mental or physical disabilities hit you? I mean, you have to deal with it. You just have to deal with it if it hits you.
Yeah, you do.
Either or. What if both?
Well, that's a good question. Not attractiveness, but disabilities. Would you rather be mentally disabled or physically disabled?
Mentally.
That is a tough one there.
That is a tough one.
I say mentally again, but
because physical would be sight
or legs or arms. But if you were physically, somebody's got to take care of you. But if you're mentally, somebody's got to take care of you too. So
mentally, you can't remember shit.
That's tough.
Yeah.
I would think
it would depend on what it was.
It would be Alzheimer's, so it's like ish, in a sense.
Yeah, that's mentally, yeah. But it progresses to physically.
I don't know. That's a hard question.
Yeah, nobody can answer this. Let's move on. Yeah.
Hey, she's a crazy bitch, but she fucks Buck Cherry.
What?
Buck Cherry was it's a song, I think. There, Buck Cherry.
Oh.
Yeah. James says, "Yeah, mentally. My mom died of Alzheimer's disease. Not pretty."
I know. I'm there. That's who I take care of.
That's definitely a family disease. And
Peggy said, "Night, love you guys. Night. Thanks for joining, Peggy."
Yeah.
Night.
And Vanessa said bye to Peggy as well. And then she said bye to Vanessa. So Vanessa and Peggy became new friends here. So should I quit this world just because something caused a medical or physical disability? No, you don't ever. I mean, you adapt. No, you
shouldn't quit.
Right? Yeah.
Don't ever quit.
Nah, you always.
Obviously, Vanessa's not a quitter. I can tell you that.
Oh no, it's like Heartbreak Ridge. We adapt.
That's right.
I am very adaptable. Don't you think I'm adaptable? Like any situation, I'm just like. Maybe at first I'm scared, but then I'm like, I'm all right with this.
Yeah, well, I'll say for the most part.
Yeah.
Oh, she says she's losing her nervous system on the right side. No, you don't. Yeah. But
I have no doubt, though, you will prevail.
Vanessa has all the high spirits in the world. So
that's right.
Yes.
Yeah.
But is there another question, or is there another part to it?
There's 5 million more questions.
Yeah, there's another part to this one.
We could do this every Saturday for like the next 10 years.
Yeah, we could never. Yeah, you can just start page 1.
Why does every question have 2 parts?
Well, I didn't write the book. It's just the way it is.
Well, okay, we'll go with this one just because.
Okay.
This is kind of part 2 of the question. Would you support any and all medical procedures that extend a patient's life?
Would I support any and all that extend?
Yep. Would you support any and all medical procedures that extend a patient's life?
Is it a choice of the patient to decide, though? I don't support.
Would you support it?
Somebody you loved.
Yeah. any and all medical procedures to extend a patient's life. So if somebody was dying that you loved, and he's like, "Oh, I want to do this to extend my life," would you necessarily?
Like they're going to be a vegetable in a bed, but they'll still be alive.
Yeah.
No, it depends. Like for us, it's kind of like, we have that. It's not last rites, but what do you fill out like?
DNR.
No, well, yeah, DNR. You wouldn't want to be a vegetable. No,
right, yeah.
If there's but I was listening to the question and thinking, if there's a chance to save that person.
No, it's just to keep them alive.
Not to just be a vegetable. No,
well,
that's
any and all, so it could maybe save them, but
save is keeping them alive.
Well, I know that's what I'm saying.
I think we're looking at the question differently. If it's going to make them just a vegetable, I wouldn't support it.
No.
Well, yeah. You could take it different ways, but it doesn't say that. It's just saying, would you support? I think any medical procedure and all medical procedure
to save a life.
Yeah.
Then that'd be
I had to make that decision.
Yeah.
I made that decision for my mom. Yeah. And when she got sick the first time, she was just like, "Don't let me suffer." I'm like, "Okay." And so she had leukemia. She went into remission for 5 years, and then she got sick again. And they were talking about giving her a trach and blah, blah, blah. She was on a vent and all this shit. And I'm just like, me and my dad were like, she'd be mortified. We're done. Like, let her go, And it was very, very hard, but I knew in my heart that's what she wanted. So I did it.
Still,
It wasn't for me. And that's like, and I worked with the elderly for like 18 years now. And it's like people will have a 90-year-old, 100-year-old family member. And it's like, okay, if they stop breathing, we have to have a conversation when they're admitted. It's like, if they stop breathing, do you want us to do CPR? You would be surprised by the number of people like, yes.
Yeah.
Do CPR. Yeah. And you break the ribs, and it's like.
That probably is still the hardest day of my life.
I'm sure it was. I know.
Even losing my dad, but not to that extent.
Yeah, because you had a choice. We had a choice. Yeah.
Yeah, that was bad.
Yeah, but it's like, people live their lives, and when it's time for them to go, you need to let them go. For them, not for you. It's about them, not you.
Yeah,
don't keep them don't make them suffer to make you feel better. Like, because I would have loved for my mom to still be here, but if she's going to be in a bed and with a tray,
not the person.
Yes. If it's not the life she wanted to live, then I should have no say. It shouldn't be up to me.
Right.
Your answer on that one would be?
No, I would not.
Yeah.
Do any and all. No, absolutely not.
Same here.
And then, let's see, Vanessa says, adapt to perseverance, you will learn new things. Right. So you adapt to that.
Yeah, you do.
What we're talking about. She says, keep asking questions, please. This is fun.
We'll go as long as Rod wants to.
Yes.
What's happening, D'Angelo? Is that what's tonight's topics, guys? They were actually playing
anything you want it to be.
I guess it's kind of a game we're playing, but we're doing a question type thing, kind of making a little bit of a game.
It's a conversation starter.
While we drink. And James says that's a poorly worded question. No, because some procedures have to be too heinous to agree to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I agree. It is a poorly worded on that one as well.
Yeah. That's the way it is in the book. So.
And she said, if your lungs were crushed and collapsed, and the doc says, I must put in chest tubes, do you want me to? What is your response? The first accident crushed all my ribs and broke the right shoulder.
Yeah, chest tubes can come out. And your lungs can recover. Yes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I think it's looking at that question. It's kind of like,
it kind of is
everything to try to help, or is it something to leave that person as a vegetable type situation?
Because the question is all or nothing.
If you can recover from the procedures, then sure.
Yeah, but the question's all or nothing. It's not
all or nothing.
It's not that black and white.
Right. True.
I've never had a broken rib. She said on a scale of 1 to 10, what rating would you give a broken rib on the pain scale?
I have never had a broken rib either.
I've heard it's painful though.
I'm sure it is.
I've heard that too.
I had a fucking tailbone injury. I was like 3 weeks.
Yeah, about 3 weeks.
Yeah, and I never go to the doctor. Never. I thought it was broken, and then my pelvis started hurting. I'm like, fuck, did I break my pelvis? Because I fell on my ass, like on a concrete floor.
At a brewery.
Yeah, at a brewery. And like, I thought I was like, I'm like, I know you can't do anything for a broken tailbone, but when my pelvis started hurting, I'm like, what if I had like a hairline fracture in my pelvis? And I'm like, doing more damage, not like resting because I wasn't resting. I was still like going about my life, working and all that stuff. So I did go to the immediate care center and did an x-ray. So they're like, you're fine. I'm like, all right. And I think they were like, she just wants pain medicine. And I'm like, no, I just want to make sure I'm not like doing more damage to myself.
Up more.
I'm like,
that is the thing there.
Yeah, because the nurse practitioner was like, well, even if you have a broken tailbone, we can't. I'm like, I know you can't do anything about it, but I just want to make sure like I didn't break my pelvis or something worse is going on and I'm doing more damage, you know. So
I'm sure the brewery's glad you didn't sue because some people would have used that as a moment.
No, well, it was my fucking fault. I was drunk and like I tripped. They didn't trip me. It was
no,
me.
But they could have been sued for serving too much if you were drunk. And there's people that would have tried to.
No, you're right. There's people that would angle.
Yeah, no, I'm not that kind of girl.
I know you're not.
It was just kind of a mishap type thing where.
Yeah.
I don't even remember exactly how it happened. But.
It's my favorite place, and if I would have sued him, I could never go back.
No, that's how it usually works. Yeah. Some of these breweries are so small. If you sue them, you might not be. Nobody can go back. So.
Yeah, they're done. Yeah.
James said not quite, but a kidney stone, but pretty close, and he gave that an 8 on the pain scale.
Yeah.
D'Angelo says, "What do you prefer, Android or iPhone?"
Rod's an iPhone guy, right?
Well, I used to be Android, but now I just use iPhone because it was just they have a better camera when I shoot videos. That was before. Now it's kind of like they got the Samsungs that are just as good as the iPhones. But Todd's an
Android and I'm an iPhone.
I got a Samsung.
You know the funny thing is, like, I've never been that Apple cult member.
I'm not either. Like, it's just I know how to use it,
and that's part of the reason why I don't, because they charge you for shit that you can get for free on Android.
Yeah, they do on some of the stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not that
I don't have anything. I'm just not used to it.
He gets pissed though because he's the tech guy.
No, I do.
It's like when we get a new phone or something, he has to like sync it up to iTunes, and he's like, "iPhones suck. iTunes sucks. This is bullshit. Blah blah blah." He just like throws a fucking hissy fit.
But also there's things I can get that you're like, I gotta pay for that. I'm like, yeah, fucking Bill Gates.
Yeah.
$2 gets upset about $2.
No, it's not. That's not the point of it, though. It's the point they're gouging you for when you already got a $1,500 phone.
Yeah, but if I murder somebody, they're not going to let the government get into my phone.
That's a good thing.
Yeah.
So
as long as it ain't me.
So the accident broke every rib more than 5 times each. I said when I saw the X-rays, look at all those riblets.
Damn.
Vanessa been through some
Vanessa,
shit.
how long ago was that? Like, how many years was that?
And then, hey, Lee Russell, what's going on, my friends? Even cracked ribs can leave you disabled due to the pain, especially if you're old. Yeah, that's true. James says he prefers a landline. I don't have any landlines.
Yeah.
We got rid of landline a few years ago, finally.
We did too.
Although I technically, because I work here, like to the left of me here, there's a phone for work, which isn't a landline, but they pay for that. But if there was everything I needed to use it, I do have that available.
We had a landline for a long time, and our phone number, the last 4 digits were 5404. And the pharmacy we have a couple, but the main one was 5405. So we would always get calls that they were trying to call the pharmacy. And so somebody left a message one time on our answering machine. It was like, yeah, I'm like trying to get this refilled and blah, blah, blah. So like we called him back and we're like, I'm sorry, your prescription's been denied and you can't get it. And she's like, what? I'm like, I'm sorry, you'll have to call your doctor.
But the person, and one person left like their social security.
No, it was the doctor. A doctor called to leave a prescription number.
Like, oh my God.
Called in a prescription to the pharmacy, but called our number. He left his DEA number. He left the patient's information, everything.
And the stupid thing was our answer machine was just like the out of the box type machine. Hello.
And they still left that shit.
It wasn't like it was Rite Aid. Rite Aid was the pharmacy, so it wasn't like they had a Rite Aid.
Yeah.
You know, when you call them, you get.
Yeah, it was like, hello, leave a message at the tone. Yeah.
This is like Kramer This is like Kramer. You know, hello.
And I love to fuck with people, so you know.
So that's see the kidney stone 2007. Ambulance crew and the hospital staff kept asking me if the most pain you ever had. I just kept saying no. And she said the Tucson accident was August 93. Then the Fort Worth was October 2001.
Damn.
Jeez.
And D'Angelo said he prefers Android with a case and screen protector. He said, always use a case, which I did have an iPhone crack on me.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I
since
agree
then, I
on
kind of
that.
used a case.
I've basically cracked every phone I've had. This is cracked, I think, somewhere.
Knock on wood. Oh, it is?
And then James said, I was joking about the landline, but no one laughed. Tough crowd.
I thought I had a crack somewhere.
And then Vanessa, because we know Vanessa, how tough she is, returned to work at the Pima County Assessor Office 60 days from the accident against orders. Because you can't keep
fuck them
Vanessa
orders.
down.
Fuck them orders.
You cannot stop Vanessa when she's getting back. What's the next question?
All right. Would you pierce an intimate body part to make your lover happy? Just shake his head.
No, I've got like my ear pierced, but that's the only thing I got pierced. But now
we're talking about your penis.
Yeah,
Your
I was gonna
asshole.
say-
We're not talking about your
what
ears.
are you doing with your
ear?
The only thing a guy can do is Prince Albert. So now
Yeah, that's right.
Shannon's like, we're talking about. You're like, we know what you're talking about.
Well, what about your asshole? Would you pierce your asshole?
What's that?
It's an intimate part.
No guy would ever. Who pierces asshole?
I'm sure there is somebody that has pierced their asshole.
Probably true.
Yeah, I mean, I would
Yeah,
if he really was like, hey, this is like, I might do it. I might think about it. No, I would not pierce my asshole. I would not pierce my asshole, but I might pierce other things.
Well, women have more intimate parts. So
yeah, you can pierce your nipples too.
You got more to choose from.
You do too. I mean, I got this and I got this. What you got that? You got that? What else is what's my other intimate parts? Do you know something I don't?
No.
I
don't think so. Okay, next question.
No, you didn't answer. Would you pierce your pee hole?
No.
If I really was like,
fuck no.
I would.
Well, okay.
I won't now. But
well, I don't want to pierce my pee hole just to. No.
No Prince Albert's coming to your house.
Well, no Princess Albert is either.
Prince Albert's going home.
And Princess Albert is fucking out of the house.
Okay, that's fine.
That's the next question.
No, everybody's got an answer. He's outside. Got a little Blake out.
James said yes to the piercing.
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Head coach is still loving this show.
Hey, I got a vasectomy. I ain't getting nothing else pierced.
You didn't get anything pierced.
Well, I got a vasectomy.
You had a hot little girl watch. You had quit bitching.
And Vanessa said, I returned because I was active named person for 3 lawsuits against the county. I returned to give depositions. All 3 ended that afternoon. Wow.
I think I need to charge this.
My landline is the original line that was placed in the house. That's an old house.
Yeah.
That's Kitty said Pearson won. Your intimate parts.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm with you there. No, that ain't gonna happen.
Negative.
Pierce your tongue? Well, tongue would. I don't know. I would consider tongue. Well,
could be. I guess.
I guess it could be an intimate part.
If you want to go there.
I wouldn't pierce my tongue. I mean, if I was working at Starbucks, maybe I would. But I guess that could be kind of an intimate part for people. Where's Shan took off again?
Bathroom break.
Oh, having one more of the Dark Swans.
Uh-oh.
From Lagunitas. I feel like I've got these now. I just need to get rid of them. So
you got to plow through them.
I bought them because they were a deal when I got them. I really didn't want them, but I got them anyway. So now it's like, I want to drink them to get rid of them. No way to be a beer drinker on that. Keiko said, tell the story. You said you had a hot little girl watch Please finish. Because Shannon cut off the story about the hot nurse or whatever.
Wait, here she comes back. We gotta leave that up so she can answer on that one.
Okay.
So head coach wants you to finish the story.
Hot little girl. What?
You cut off. You said hot little girl watch, but you didn't finish the story. You were talking about Ty getting
girl. What?
Is she drunk?
Oh, you're talking about when I got my vasectomy.
Oh, yeah. He they wouldn't let me go back.
But she might have been. I don't.
So he had he went to have a vasectomy, and they made me wait in the waiting room. And so I'm like, did he really have it done? You know, I'm like, but anyway, when he was in there, he came out and he was like, yeah, the doctor was like, do you mind if she watches? She was
a student nurse.
Yeah. So
I was like,
yeah, some hot little young girl watched
pants around my ankles anyway, so go ahead, I guess.
Yeah.
Whatever. It is kind of cold in here, just to let you know.
Oh, God. It's always fucking cold, isn't it? It's fucking freezing everywhere.
It is freezing everywhere. I'm just saying.
I was just in the pool right now.
Right, yeah.
Like, damn, doctor, give me a break here. Make it so cold.
Vanessa says she had surgery in her tongue to remove a tumor.
Oh, God. I bet that was horrible.
Jesus,
Vanessa's had a lot of rough stuff.
No kidding.
But Vanessa's a story of perseverance. So
yes.
Cheers to Vanessa for everything she's fought through. What's the next question?
Let's see.
Apparently the dogs are riled up.
Them fucking dogs.
Yeah, they're at the door.
Todd wants all these fucking dogs all the time.
Yeah, it's my fault.
That's why you need 95 acres.
That's right. Would you feel less guilty about stealing from a big company than from a small one?
Yeah.
Would you
feel less guilty about stealing from a big company?
I would feel less guilty.
I wouldn't feel. I mean, stealing is stealing. So
right.
Yeah,
I
wouldn't.
But is it better from a big corporation or a small corporation?
Yeah, I wouldn't feel guilty about stealing.
Well, in both situations, they have insurance companies that back them anyway. So if you're going to do it, you're probably not feeling guilty either way. So I don't think it'll be any difference for me.
But you're right. Stealing is stealing. Doesn't matter if it's big or large.
But that's not the question.
But that's not the question.
Yeah, you gotta pick one. Gotta pick one.
It's not one to pick. Would you feel less?
Big or little?
That's not that's not the question.
No, it'd be if you felt less guilty. Yeah.
And
would you feel less guilty?
You wouldn't.
No, I wouldn't feel less guilty. Stealing's still stealing.
Okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't feel less guilty.
I would feel less guilty from stealing from Amazon or Preferred Meats. I'd feel less guilty from stealing from Amazon than Preferred Meats.
Why? Both
which is a little butcher town because they don't have as much. Amazon wouldn't fucking know about. They wouldn't even notice.
Both companies have insurance policies against theft. So
all are my beers empty.
The insurance company's going to still pay for it regardless.
Okay.
Yeah. Vanessa says, "Do not steal."
I don't, but
thou shalt not steal.
Yep.
And she said, "Cold shrinkage. There are remedies."
Oh, what are they?
And then Coach said, "Thank you for finishing." Telling the story.
Or
you're welcome.
The story, or like
no, because you stopped and you got up, so I had to finish the story. It was part of the story.
Okay. Matt, I got a question.
Oh, right. Well, we got to finish to see if everybody's done.
Yeah, she said, if you ever steal anything, do you ever feel guilty?
Yeah.
Actually, some people do feel guilty if they steal something, but they may have to do it as a means to make something else happen.
But I think part of that guilt is
because you're fucking doing something bad.
Or not. No, I mean, part of maybe not feeling guilty is because you are taking it from a big corporation like Amazon. You're like, well, they would never know. So
I feel guilty about pretty much everything I do in my life. So
I'm not saying. Yeah. No, I'm just saying, like, in that regards, like, I could see where somebody would be like, they would never know.
Right.
I'm not saying it's right, or I'm not saying it's right.
Funny thing is, people steal all the time from companies.
Yeah, they
do. When they steal like supplies and all that kind of stuff. So,
but it's what you were saying, like, still from a local company or from a somebody that's not paying $1 billion in taxes. Well, are you?
They don't even pay taxes in Amazon.
In that regard,
They don't pay taxes, so I'm fucking stealing whatever the fuck I want.
All right, Catwoman, what's the next question?
Like I'm a purchaser. Okay, anyway, okay. So is it hard for you to ask for help? If so, what about it bothers you the most?
Is it hard for you to ask for help?
Is it hard for you to ask for help?
No.
It's not?
No.
Is it hard for you to ask for help?
It can be.
Why?
Because I don't like to ask for help. I like to do
Why don't you like to ask for help?
I don't like to depend on other people.
Okay.
I'm pretty self-sufficient. I hate depending on other people and having other people that have to.
Well, I don't necessarily think it's a dependency, but if you're stuck on something you don't know, I wouldn't have any issue asking somebody who would know.
No.
What do you think my answer is?
Same thing that Rod said.
I think it depends.
You have a hard time.
I never ask for help.
That's what I'm saying. You don't want to depend on somebody else.
I think it depends on
Yeah,
I don't bother.
Yeah, you're right. That's what I was gonna say. I don't think it's a dependence. I don't like to depend on other people either, but I don't necessarily look at it as a dependency. I mean, I guess it is in a sense because
if it's something like if it's something like at work or whatever, you're trying to figure out something. Hey, can you take a look at this? I'm stuck on something. That's one thing.
Yeah.
But if it's like you're trying to do something in your personal life and you need someone to help you out, then it's a different type of situation.
Like, for example, as easy as like trying to get somebody to give our daughter a ride home, like a friend of ours.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not asking her to give her. I'm like, it's literally 3 miles from our house. Like, it's maybe in the opposite direction, but it's 3 miles.
I hate asking anybody.
But she's like, I'm not doing it. And our daughter's the same way. She's like, I'm not asking him. I'm like,
yeah.
So you want me to take off work early to come pick you up because you're not going to ask somebody to give you a 3 mile ride?
Yeah, I hate but mine isn't because I'm like, it is like I want to be able to take care of myself, but I don't want to bother anybody. I don't want somebody to have to sacrifice a minute of their time in their life to help me.
Yeah.
It's not their problem, it's mine.
But on the flip side, you don't mind doing that for
somebody
else.
I will totally fucking help somebody in a heartbeat. Doesn't bother me at all.
But on the logical thing of it is you don't look at it that way from a different perspective.
That's just who I am.
Like they may not mind either, but you ain't gonna.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even.
I get it, but
yeah, and this is what's the fucked up thing is. It's like I love you if I ask you for something, and that's fucked up because I shouldn't put the people out I love. I'd rather put them out than somebody that I don't give two shits about. I'm like, I'll let you do this for me. Yeah, that's fucked up. Yeah, I'm like, will you do this? Can you do that? But like, if I don't trust you, or if I don't,
you must really love me then.
I really love you a lot. Yeah, I ask him for all kinds of things.
James said pride. Probably the reason there. I said pride is when you don't want to ask for help when you should. So so kind of like what I was saying. What I was saying there. That would probably be it.
Mine's not pride. Mine's just like.
You don't want to put somebody else out.
Yeah, I don't think anybody should have to do anything for me, and they don't owe me anything. So like, it's not their problem, it's mine.
Yeah. And we were talking about the other question, and James like, if I'm starving, I have no money, I'm going to have to steal. In that case, I wouldn't feel guilty at all, just desperate.
All right, yeah.
But there are some people that would feel guilty about having to steal it so they can put food on their table.
Right.
So you can have the guilt in that way as well.
Yeah.
And if I said, would you learn to get food instead of stealing? Yeah, if people can learn to do that, I think they would.
Mm-hmm.
She says, just because you're starving and poor does not mean you should go steal.
True.
Well, I'm not saying it means you have to, but for some people, that's the only way there. It's like when you're at a certain point, you're always going to be held up to what your situations may be. So it is what it is. This is the next question.
Would it disturb you much if, upon your death, your body were thrown into the woods and left to rot?
Why'd I be dead? Why would I care?
Right. That's kind of how I feel. Like I wouldn't even fucking know they did that.
That makes no sense
anyway, so I don't really care.
I'm dead.
Right. That's kind of how I feel.
Probably saved yourself $10,000.
That's right.
Yeah, at the least.
And your family.
Yeah.
Who cares? Burn me and throw me wherever your heart desires.
I mean, it would bother me if like I got murdered and raped and some fucking serial killer like threw me in the woods. That would bother me. Because my family would have to deal with that. That would bother me.
But the question, it wasn't about that, right?
You're right. It wasn't.
Vanessa said, "Do any of you ever hunt for food?" No, I've never.
I've
hunted,
never.
actually.
No.
I would.
I'd have to be a
would.
vegetarian. I just could never. I don't judge people that hunt, but I just could never do it.
I wouldn't mind hunting. I just never went hunting.
Yeah, I never grew up, and my dad was never a hunter, so I never.
I do like deer. I like deer meat.
Yeah, I eat deer meat. Squirrel, I like squirrel.
Yeah. I mean, I've hunted down snakes in the yard before.
My grandma would, if she found a snake in her yard, she's like fucking 80 years old. She'd take her garden hoe and like chop his head off and just be
That's
like,
what a lot of people do, the garden hoe. Yeah.
Die. She's like like my grandma was like the toughest woman ever. She was, wasn't she?
Yeah, she was.
Snakes in your yard is a good thing because it keeps moles and stuff away.
Yeah.
So it's actually good. Vanessa says, I plan on going to the forest to die. I would not do it in a hospital.
I would like to die in the forest too.
It's not a bad choice.
I would love to die in nature.
James said, I'd hunt if I had to, but probably badly.
Yeah, me too.
I've hunted many animals. Yeah, game hunted many animals. Or have hunted many animals. That's why I'm saying if shit goes bad, we're all going to Vanessa's house.
Yeah, because
No doubt.
I mean, yeah.
Just stockpile your cellar just in case.
Vanessa says, I hunt and I slaughter. Said, yeah, I mean, that's the next thing because she said after the fire pit, they were building a forge next. So it's awesome stuff.
So I assume Vanessa probably cleans and cuts all her meat from her whatever game she's hunting.
Skins,
of course.
Skins it, yeah.
Yeah. Malt's swamp. He says, I'm trying to sleep. You came to the wrong spot for that, my friend.
Yeah, I mean, what the fuck?
You're awake now.
You got another question there?
Yeah, you asked this one.
Would you put your parents in a nursing home against their will?
Yeah, if it was for their betterment, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I would not want to. I would do the best I could not to put them there. But I've seen many, like in my field, I've seen many people that needed, they couldn't be taken care of at home. Yeah.
Yeah, I would. But
I would I'd sell my house.
Last resort.
I would sell my house. I'd stay home and I would take care of them as long as I could. But if it put them in danger with me doing that, then yeah, I would. But I would never want to or kill me, but yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's a better situation possibly.
Yeah. Yeah. Like we're in I would totally take, I'd sell our house. I always told him, I'm like, when we first got married, I'm like, if one of our parents gets sick, we can't afford it. We're putting the fucking house up for sale and I'm staying home and I'm taking care of them. I'm like, I'm not, and I still feel that way. I mean, and I would do it as long as I could. I would. Because I love them. And I think that, like my aunt is like a saint, but she took care of my grandma, who was a stubborn old hag. I loved her. She was a stubborn hag though. And she took care of her mother-in-law too at the same time. And she did not go out of
never even flinched.
Yeah. 2 miles from her house for years.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, but that's it. Sometimes it is inevitable you get placed in a nursing home beyond your wishes.
Right. Yeah.
So, yeah. Swami said, I fought with thrash men over Trump tonight. LOL. Good times. He's a Trump supporter, I believe. So that can happen. Which people have their own views of whoever they want to support. Swami's probably not the first person arguing about it, but hey, it is what it is. See if there's any more here. Oh, yeah. All right, we're good.
On to the next.
Yeah. Wait a minute.
Oh, that's a good one.
James said we had to put a parent in a home just this year at 95. He had become too much for his caregiver to deal with, becoming violent on many occasions. There was no choice.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. There comes a point where
you have to do it.
And that's like in my line of work, it's like people, like I have some people that come and see their parents every single day and others they don't. And I'm like, they'll come in like, I feel bad. I'm like, nobody's judging you. Like, I get it. It's hard for you to come and see your loved one like this, or like if they love them and they're not just like, I'm just dumping you and I'm going to go whatever. Like, you know, people care and it's hard for them. They can't handle seeing their parents there. They can't handle coming in their mom or dad being like, take me home, you know?
Yeah.
I don't judge them. I'm just like.
So, Swami says, I'll smother my wife when she hits 50 because it'll be her time and I want something younger.
Oh, you're a piece of shit. What's his name?
Malta de Montreal is Swami.
That's awful, buddy.
What's the next question there?
Ask this one, not that one.
What's hand in hand?
Yeah, but okay, do what you want.
Well, part A. Would you rather keep your teeth or your hair?
Teeth. That's easy for me. I shave my head. So
I was gonna say
Well, you're all fucking men. I can get dentures, but I can't get like.
You get hair implants or wigs
for a fucking woman. Yeah, no, I'd rather keep.
Women wear wigs.
Yeah, I mean, I know, but like I'm okay. Like I would rather like. Now you got me fucking thinking.
Of course, a woman with no teeth may have benefits as well. So
for you, but not for us. We like to be able to bite if y'all are assholes.
That would hurt.
I'd be like, come on, buddy. I'd be like, come on. And then we go to bed. I'm like, you remember today when you fucking pissed me off? And I'd be like, oops, sorry, didn't mean to do that.
Oops, sorry, didn't mean to do that.
Yeah.
James also said teeth, and Swami said teeth. I have no hair. So, yeah.
Right? Yeah, same here.
Yeah, for women, it probably might be hair, though.
Yeah. Women, hair is like their.
James said, I lost more teeth than hair. Teeth.
I gotta let my dog in.
Swami says gummer.
Gummer.
Oh, sorry.
I have all my teeth, including wisdom, minus one molar from 2014. Wow. I got rid of all my wisdom teeth, and they gave me some good pain medicine for it, too.
Yeah, I still have my wisdom, too. I just had 2 on top.
Yeah. I was like, oh, these are nice. These are nice little pills.
Yeah, I had a doctor, and he was like, give me Percocet for a tooth pull.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, he's like, you need a refill? Because I had like a piece, like a fragment of the bone, and we were getting ready to go on vacation, and I felt like I was still kind of hurting, and there was like a fragment working through, and I was just like, I really want to get this checked out before I go on vacation in case something's wrong. And so I went back and was like, you need more pain medicine? And I'm like, no, I just want to make sure I'm going to be okay when I go to vacation.
So you did get the refill?
No, I didn't. He asked me if I wanted it, and I'm like, no, I'm fine. I don't need more pain medicine, but.
Is it to keep it on hand just in case? I keep
If
all my own stuff.
If I had it on hand, I'd just be like, I have a headache. My toe hurts.
I mean, I've got it. I don't use it real, but I keep some on hand just in case.
I don't think you would, though.
I might not. But honestly, I've had pain pills before and ibuprofen. If you take prescription strength ibuprofen, which is like 600 to 800 milligrams, which is like 3 or 4 of your normal pills you get at like Walmart or something, it works way better than like the actual pain pills. It doesn't give you that loopy feeling, but it takes the pain away.
I don't usually get a loop. Well, that's like doing with the beer. I might get a little loopy, but by themselves, I'm usually good. I just chill and relax.
Yeah, go to sleep.
And Vanessa says she actually shaved her head August 1st. It grows back. It was down to her waist.
It does grow back. It always, it does grow back.
Best pain med. Best pain meds are all three at once: injection, morphine, Valium, and Demerol. All three at once.
That would do the trick.
That would be good night, Gracie.
Yeah, that's right. Going to bed now.
Well, your doc was pushing pain meds on you? Hello, opioid crisis. Yeah, he gives away Percocets. He gets a golf trip. So that's usually what ends up happening with some of the pain meds from doctors. Todd, you're muted. I don't know if you know you're muted.
No, I know. I was talking to Shannon. She was getting another beer. So
Head coach says this.
I'm drinking some 450 North beer. She's like, "Why are these things? They got to be old." I'm like, "Yeah, they are." I was saving them for somebody that was supposed to get them, and he never did get them. So
Coach said this is classic. Coach has been hanging in the whole time. He's loving it.
He has, yeah.
There's very funny and depressing topics. LOL. Well, they're not meant to be depressing, but we're playing the game. We're playing it. Well, we're kind of playing it a game. We're calling it a game, but it's probably a conversation thing on what would you do. So we're actually going through questions, asking what would you do, and people were responding to the comments. So just kind of learning about people and what their thoughts are. So, and we are drinking beer. So
that's right.
So I'm drinking another Dark Swan right now. Vanessa says, I was run over by cars, a pedestrian, no lungs and no ribs in one. Oh, yeah.
Vanessa, you should write a book.
She should write a book.
Seller, New York
Times. She probably already has one. She
probably does.
I think M. Night Shyamalan casted the wrong character. She's unbreakable.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Hey. If anything's ever possible, she's had it. She's done
it. What's the next question?
All right, so this is part 2 of the question. Would you rather have your spouse keep their teeth or their hair?
Oh, the spouse.
Yeah.
It's hard when it's a woman, isn't it, Rod?
Well, it's kind of funny, but it's here's the thing. It's kind
funny,
of like,
I take it she's not a biter.
No, but it's like
I'm not sure how to answer this.
I have like a thing that I watch TV and we'll watch TV together. And I have a thing, I don't know, I pick out things on TV about people that are on TV there, right? And it's like, their eye is too not where it's supposed to be on the one person. Like the right eye is not centralized like it should be. Or I'll be like, you know,
my best friend does the same thing.
Their teeth is like Mr. Ed. You know, I pick out the flaws of people. So I would think I would rather the teeth than the hair because I could adjust that more.
You'd rather have her have teeth.
Because it's like part of those feet. I hate people that have like the big horse teeth or different things or no. It's kind of like.
So you like your wife's teeth?
I see people get in there with like 2 or 3 teeth sometime, and it's like. You know, I'm in Kentucky, so it does happen at points.
It does happen. That's true.
But it's like you can always in the teeth. You always have a nice smile or whatever, right? So nowadays, it's nothing to see a woman with no hair. It's no big deal. I had a friend.
That's true.
She just went through
chemo
for breast surgery, and her hair all came off, and her hair's growing back. But I mean, I'd rather the teeth than the hair.
Yeah, I'd rather you have teeth than hair because we're basically at base camp with that. What about me? Teeth or hair?
Teeth.
You'd rather me have teeth than hair?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
All right.
And on the beer note, drinking a Vienna Lager by Dovetail. Vienna Lager is always a nice crisp beer style to have. Head coach says teeth. James says hair, duh.
Because he wants a blowjob with no teeth. We get it. We get it.
He was the gummy angle. Yeah.
We get it.
That's right.
Davis.
And she says, slept some last night and 5 days a week. Wow. That's got a lot of stuff happening. James said, but no, she needs her teeth for health. So I'd rather an old ball partner than a dead one with shimmering locks. So he would be teeth as well.
Oh my God. Fucking shaving my head tomorrow.
Hey, it worked for Sinead O'Connor.
Yeah, well, I'm not Sinead O'Connor.
Just don't rip up any pictures of the Pope on stage, I guess.
I might do that. I might.
D'Angelo's drinking a Natty Daddy, LOL.
Natty Daddy.
Both teeth or hair are very little concern when you're on death's door. Well, that's
True.
one way to look at it for sure. Yeah. But yeah. You got another question here? Probably go for like
we got
20 minutes.
We got all kinds. Would you say that you look better dressed or naked?
Oh God, this is so fucking easy.
Look better dressed or naked?
Yeah.
It's funny because I think of the episode of Seinfeld. I don't know if you guys watched Seinfeld as much back in the day. There was an episode where Jerry was dating a chick. And she always walked around the house naked.
Yes.
And it would kind of like put him off on it. She was naked all the time, bending over, doing stuff. And so George tells him, well, your best thing is for you to go around the house naked. Maybe she'll get the hint. So he starts doing it, and she kind of breaks it down to him like, yeah, we got to break up because you going around naked, and I'm not comfortable with that. And he's like, but you walk around naked.
Even though she's doing it, yes.
Yeah. But she's like, yeah, but for a guy, there's no good pose naked when you're naked. And it's like, so I'm going to say dressed.
Me definitely dressed. Totally.
Yeah, same here. Dressed for sure.
Yeah, totally dressed.
But it's a funny episode. If you ever see Seinfeld, that episode about
that is a good one. That is a good one.
Let's see. I haven't seen any comments that come in yet, or the naked or dressed comment. But yeah.
Look, the book of questions was wrote by a PhD guy. I didn't know that.
Is it blue and white on there? It's not the same guy that did the. Okay, I thought it was like the same guy that did the Mars and Venus.
Oh God, no, he's a religious guy, I think.
So there's a part 2 of this question.
Okay.
And everybody can answer it once if they want to.
This is a loaded question.
Would you expect your partner to say that you look better dressed or naked?
Oh God.
So what would your spouse say? Do you look better dressed or naked?
With my wife, she'd probably say naked, actually. She likes to get a shower and stuff. So when I get out of the shower.
You have to answer first.
Huh?
You answer first.
Well, I already know what you're in. Oh. Me?
Yeah. You fucking read it. You answer it.
I know what the answer is for this.
What?
Naked.
Me? Naked? Better than dressed?
Yeah.
All eyesight. You're losing your eyesight.
Baby. All natural.
Well, what were you going to say?
Naked, for sure.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, for sure. Because I had to go first.
And it was at this moment that Todd and Shannon decided to become naturalists.
Yeah. Thursday nights could just be like a blur. You ain't gonna be able to see
we'll have the black bars across us. Yeah.
Naked and afraid.
Very fucking afraid. Everybody be afraid.
Naked and afraid from Indiana.
Yeah. Fucking the best. Yeah. The most boring state in the whole fucking United States. Yeah.
Yeah, Vanessa says she was asking, so I think she missed the last question about the naked. Would you prefer?
Oh, would you say that you look better dressed or naked? So you yourself look better dressed or naked. And then part 2 is, what would your spouse or your partner say?
I'm not believing your answer.
Jane says she would be honest and say naked. But Vanessa says, LOL, my husband likes it when I dress.
This is fucked up.
This is her game.
Well, you guys have the book. You get the book of questions there.
He fucking
I've got it now.
I would have totally skipped that question. I would have never asked that question.
Hey. Sure.
So what's the next question there?
Let's see.
Apparently, I don't have to wear clothes anymore, so I'm happy.
Hey, you can shave your you can shave your head.
I can shave my head and walk around.
Oh,
naked.
here we go. Here we go.
Oh boy. Oh boy. What's your question?
That's probably not really that bad.
Okay.
Would you accept a fatter spouse in order to be thinner yourself?
Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah, I would. Would you?
So you want me to be huge,
I want
obese,
you to
so
be
you can
fat,
be skinny?
I want to be the hotter one.
Jesus Christ.
Fuck yeah, that's like the easiest question we've had tonight.
That's kind of I don't know. It's kind of a weird question.
It is, right? That's so. Jeez.
I love you for you, not how you look.
So I'd be like Jabba the Hutt, and you'd be out getting somebody else way thinner, and be like, screw you.
No. I don't want another man, but I'm okay with you being fat. I like a big boy.
I don't know. I would put the weight on anybody. So I don't think.
Well, men wouldn't. A woman would. Men would not want a fatter spouse for them to be thinner.
I mean, I don't think I wouldn't care if I was thinner. I just don't care what I'm at.
I'd say no.
Yeah, I would say no as well.
Of course you wouldn't. Why would you want a fat wife?
Same reason you might want a fat husband.
I like a fat husband.
Yeah.
Quit fucking losing so much weight. I don't like it.
Women like the dad bods.
We do. We do like the dad bods.
Okay. We got any
So Louis established Ty can get fat, Shannon can shave her head, and Bo can walk around naked.
There you go.
I'm loving this new life we're gonna have tomorrow. I'm loving it. Kylie, our daughter, might not appreciate it, but yeah.
Is there any comments on that one? We can move on to the next one.
Let me take a look here.
Are we by ourselves now?
No. Vanessa said, would you sacrifice your spouse just to be thinner? She was questioning. Yeah, that was the question. Not sacrifice your spouse. Oh, would you?
Would you accept a fatter spouse in order to be thinner yourself?
Yeah.
Well, she wasn't sure what the question was.
Unless she's saying, would you sacrifice your spouse so you could be thinner?
No, I wouldn't sacrifice my spouse to be thinner. No.
I hope not.
I would like.
Although I am worth more dead than alive, so you might do that. You could be kill two birds with one stone. I'm wondering though,
is the life insurance up to par? Because I'm I thought it was just for for how many years is our life insurance good for?
Not many more. So you got a couple of years. You can kill me and be rich and skinny.
James said, me thin for her fat. It's not a zero-sum game. And, Vanessa, she's 6'3". She said she was commenting. You knew she was tall.
You're a whole foot taller than me. I'm like a little midget.
Maybe I did.
I think she's from the Wonder Woman Island.
I think she is too.
Yeah.
Vanessa, did you play any sports like volleyball or basketball at 6'3"?
I remember when cell phones could do anything but make phone calls. Now they do everything. That's true. Yeah.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah. And now they're computers.
Yeah, just think about how much you have in that phone versus back in the 70s. That was like a whole room somewhere.
You know what's funny though?
Computer was like whole living room.
Have you thought about this? Our daughter wants a MacBook. They're like $1,200 or something. I'm like, I'm not buying you fucking a MacBook. That's
She's an Apple person.
Yeah, she's Apple too.
Yeah.
But I'm like,
but she doesn't.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm not fucking buying you a $1,200 computer. But we get her fucking phones that cost the same amount of money.
Yeah.
But you're financed over a few years.
Well, yeah, but you can do the same thing with the computers.
You can lease it,
yeah.
Yeah, but I'm like, what's the difference?
Well, supposedly apples don't get viruses, but I think they do now, possibly.
Do they?
They used to not get viruses because their software. I think it's because nobody else had Apple and they weren't trying to hack them.
What? This fucker
nobody else had Apple. They weren't trying to hack Apple.
Oh,
so they never got viruses. What's the next question?
Would you sacrifice 2 years at the end of your life to gain 1 year now?
I don't understand the question.
Yeah, skip. Next question.
Fucking read it before you ask it, dude.
I did. It sounded good in my head at first. Let's see. Sorry.
Fine.
That's so dumb. Jesus Christ.
Get a book back to Shannon.
Oh, would you assist your spouse in a suicide?
No.
Yeah. If it was something like pain or whatever, and she wanted to die,
I would.
Yeah, that's the whole Jack of working thing. If it was,
yeah, exactly.
You all say that, but I don't think when it comes down to it, you could actually do it.
No, I would. If he was suffering pain,
if you were suffering in
and
pain,
and you wasn't the same person,
you yourself
whatever,
say you don't want somebody to be invisible.
I would. Yeah,
This is a very like vague question. Like, there's no like
no.
circumstances.
Would you or not? No.
Like, if I was like, I hate my life, I want to die.
No, it's not.
I don't think it's that.
That's not what it's saying.
Okay, if you were suffering, then yeah, I would. But like, just like today, I'm like, I hate my life. Or if I'm chronically depressed for years and I'm like, I want to die, shoot me.
That's valid. That's
valid. Or if I got diagnosed with Alzheimer's, I'm like, I don't want to live my life. I don't want to go there, even though I'm okay right now.
Well, it's a matter of what you read into it, I guess. Yeah.
Right. Yes.
I'm looking at it if it was something like a major like illness or whatever, and
yeah,
like I think
that's why I'm taking it.
I think anybody should be able to leave anytime they want to leave. Personally,
I think so too. But if he did assist me, he could fucking go to prison for the rest of his life.
Yeah, that's what we were saying earlier.
Yeah. I don't want you to go to prison for. I'll fucking kill my own self. I don't need you to kill me. I'll kill my own self.
Well, if you're not capable, you're actually in pain. You may not be able to do that. That's why they call Jack of working.
If I can take enough pills, I can do it myself. If I can get my hand to my mouth.
But some people couldn't do that. That's why they call Jack of working.
That's right. That's why Dr. Jack. Come on in.
Okay, what's the next part of that question?
Well, let's see if anybody wants to answer or not.
And then James said, if it is what she wanted, yes. And depends on timing what happens at 1 year.
Right. Like I would like if I wanted to die, I would want to die, but I wouldn't want to die at the risk of you going to prison for the rest of your life.
There's kind of some underlying
because you can't just kill somebody or help them commit suicide and have no consequences.
But if I came to you and be like, I want you to kill me. Whatever. I just want to die. Kill me. Would you or no?
Just for no reason?
Vanessa said, I would
No, I would never kill you.
I would most likely then assist you if you ask. I would take one for the team if need be.
Yeah. If I killed him, if he wanted me to kill him, say we're 80 years old, and he wants me to kill him, I would kill him, and then I would kill me.
Well, that's like a murder suicide then.
Oh. Rod's like, God damn it.
No.
So Todd and Shannon are ride or die. So
yes.
James said I had a friend who chose to die rather than deal with her degenerative spinal condition. She faced a life of endless and severe pain. Partner helped her end her life. Like I said, so in those situations,
sad and bravo at the same time.
I totally get it. And that poor person that helped her probably is like has PTSD, but he took one for the team.
No, it's sad and reprimandable at the same time.
He sacrificed basically his life. I'm like, how do you live with that for the rest of your life?
It would suck. It would suck to be in it.
I mean, you could live with it because you knew you did what was what they wanted, but it was also be like.
Well, it's a compassionate thing too. So
it is a compassionate thing. Yeah.
Well, because you look at it, you're like. Putting them out of their misery.
Like I said,
I totally get that. Yeah.
But let's say you might not be able to move, so that's what I was saying.
Yeah.
You may have to have assistance.
Yeah. We're both going. If I got to kill you, I'm going to kill me too. So.
Hey, these questions are different. I thought I'd be like, mayonnaise or mustard.
No.
We tried to warn you the other night.
Do you not know me? Like, do you think I'm going to ask those kind of questions?
I used to be cool. Like, oh shit, what are we doing?
Yeah.
This is like serious shit.
It is.
It's like, all right, never mind.
What do you do? Blue cheese or ranch?
You're right. Ketchup or mustard on a hot dog. What is
we would have no viewers. They'd be like, I'm out. Nobody cares about that shit.
Yeah.
All right. What's your next? We'll go one more. I'll probably sort of wrap it down after that.
Would you want your spouse to seek sexual satisfaction elsewhere if you were permanently incapacitated?
Would I want?
Would you want your spouse to
but
seek?
At the same point, if you couldn't do anything, they shouldn't have to penalize themselves, I guess.
Yeah, so if you knew you couldn't perform, and would you want her to go somewhere else to be satisfied? That'd be fucking hard.
Why do you skip that question?
All right, we'll go to the next.
So
Pass.
oh,
Pass.
fuck no, God no. Get a
You
pocket
say-
pussy.
You would say no. You wouldn't if you
Get a
couldn't do it?
pocket pussy. Get a pocket pussy.
No, like either way.
No, I'll get a vibrator. You can get a pocket pussy. We'll be fine.
You wouldn't like if it was. I mean, I think I would. I mean,
That would be tough though, because you know that she's going out romping somebody
Right,
else,
yes.
or
And it's not just like, okay,
vice
so
versa.
here's part to that question. If he could go pay for it or have sex with somebody he'll never see again, like have sex with her this night, have sex with her this night, then yeah. But with sex comes emotions. I don't want him going back to the same girl over and over and over.
not for guys. Not all the time.
No, it's not. It's not. I wouldn't be either. But you get connections with people.
Yeah.
And it might not be, but also
I will.
might.
I mean, like James said, I would want her to be happy as well. I wouldn't want her to penalize herself of it. So, like he said,
If it could just
to be happy.
If it was strictly sex, and I knew it was strictly sex, and he wouldn't go back to the same girl over and over and over, sure.
So you wouldn't go to different girls every time.
Yeah, I don't want him like getting attached to another girl. But I still could have a mouth. I could still do that, right?
Well, that wouldn't be the same as having full sex, though.
I know. I'm so shocked by you guys because I'm like, lots of guys I thought blowjobs would be fine and they were okay with that, but it's not. No,
don't get me wrong. I mean, guys will accept them. I'm just saying it's not.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, okay, sure.
But maybe you could do that. Maybe you're. I mean,
if I'm a vegetable, then fucking go do what the fuck you want to do. I don't care. I'm not worried about you anymore. I'm like, fucking kill me. He'd kill me and then he'd go have sex with somebody, apparently.
I would be like, he'd leave you in the woods based on the other question, right?
Yeah, he would leave me in the woods. Like, what the fuck am I to him, apparently? Like, I'm just like.
He'd leave you there bald headed and naked.
Yes.
Naked and afraid.
But I got my teeth, so I'm good.
That's an interesting question, though. But yeah, I would want her to be happy. So
I was just divorce me. If you got to have sex with someone, just divorce me.
Yeah, but then it's not as easy, like with all this, depending on what the situation may be either. Because you still could love the person, but you still want them to be penalized because you're incapable of providing one little aspect to everything.
It's not one. It's a big one. That's a big one.
Well, to some is big. Some might be not as big. It might be because you still have all the other support.
Yeah, but that's That's what's special about a marriage or a relationship. That's what makes it. That's what makes it something that is not like any other relationship you have.
I mean, you got relationships where people are married, but they're like open relationships, right? So they swing and do different stuff. So depending on that person, it could matter.
And see, I could be okay with that if I could never see those people again. Like,
swing?
Yeah. If we would never see those people, I mean, I would I got a pit in my stomach talking about it, but.
So that means no, you would not be okay with that.
I would be able to think about it.
I wouldn't be okay with that.
I could think about it.
Why would it matter if you saw them again?
Because then you can't form a bond with those people.
Hey, remember last time we got together?
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Remember
and
that?
Todd's like, hey, you're a good lay. Let's do this again. You're better than my wife.
But it wouldn't. No, I don't know. Maybe I'm looking at it different. It would not.
Yeah.
It would not be. I would not be okay either way.
I would not be like, let's go do it. But like, if you came to me, like, I don't know. Yeah, we'd get divorced. I think I'm open, but maybe I'm not as open as I thought it was.
Hope not.
Let's see. Vanessa said no, you would not be able to perform at some time in your life, probably more than once. And then, of course, like James said, yeah, I know my partner. What is unconditional love? Do you have it? So,
what's unconditional though? Like,
I mean, if you love that person unconditionally, it's one aspect.
He could go and fuck around on me, and I could still love him, but I'm like, we're done. And I'll still love him.
That's not unconditional.
It is unconditional, but I still love you.
Unconditional.
But I choose not to have. I choose not to be with
if you get
because,
a divorce, that's not unconditional. Unconditional is accepting everything.
No, then I don't have unconditional love.
When it comes to that.
Yeah, you go fuck somebody else, we're gonna have a problem, buddy.
You're right. Right.
Even if you can't do anything.
But I would still love him.
Sure.
I just wouldn't be married to him anymore.
Yeah. Well, what an interesting question to end the game on there.
No, wait. Got one more. You got to be the grand finale right here.
Oh boy.
All right, we'll go one more.
Would you ever consider the death penalty an appropriate punishment for a person under the age of 18?
No.
No, I don't believe the death penalty.
No, I don't either. Todd does.
I do, but not. I don't know. At the age of 18, that's
under the age of 18.
No, I wouldn't. For that, I wouldn't. No.
But I do
to a certain extent
Todd.
believe.
No.
I do to a certain extent believe in death penalty. Though.
I do not believe in the death penalty.
I don't believe in the death penalty. My reason for not believing in the death penalty might be different. Your reason for not believing, because I don't believe in the death penalty because of the way
people fuck it up all the time.
No, let me finish. because the way the justice system has improperly arrested people, color that didn't even commit crimes and have been killed.
That's what I just said.
Yeah.
No, I thought you were saying fuck up a time like when they kill them, like they don't give them.
No,
they
convict people that shouldn't be convicted in the first place.
Yeah. That, that's why we have the Innocence Project, which has shown time and time again with some people.
Yeah. And that's why I struggle with that. I do struggle with that.
But there's some people that do some messed up stuff, and you're thinking that death penalty should apply.
But somebody like Charles Manson, like, why should he still be, why would he be alive for that long a time?
Well, with Charles,
something happened.
I mean, really, with Charles Manson, technically, he never killed anybody, right?
He didn't. Yeah, no, you're right.
He put the suggestions out there.
He
led the cult, but it's kind of like like, I don't know. That's always kind of been a weird type thing, right? So other people committed the acts under him, but it's kind of like, did he never really, he actually, I don't know. He's definitely crazy. He's definitely got issues. I'm not defending Charles Manson, but just
I'm not taking it that way. No, you're right. That's probably a bad example because of that reason.
But it's like we just had a case here, and you guys know because you're in Indiana. Matt Bevin just released like all these different people that have been in jail, and he just released one of the guys here in Kenton County where I'm at, who was in jail for raping a 9-year-old.
What the fuck?
And he only served 2 years of a 23-year-old sentence.
Oh my god!
Are you serious? I don't remember. I don't hear about that.
It just happened. It's all on the news, like Matt, because they're calling for a Kentucky investigation into it now. And someone like that, like I would say, if there's going to be someone that needs to die, that would be one of the
against
people.
Matt Bevin.
Yeah.
Huh? Yeah,
against Matt Bevin. Matt Bevin did it.
Yeah. Matt Bevin did it before he left office here.
Oh shit.
So that just happened earlier this week.
I haven't heard about that.
And I'm like, if there's a person that deserves a death penalty, that'd be a guy that deserves a death penalty.
See, for me,
he was 41, by the way. He raped a 9-year-old girl.
In my eyes, there's nothing worse than molestation.
Yeah.
To a young.
Yeah.
Molestation to a young kid.
Yeah.
To me, that person doesn't have any rights whatsoever. Just fucking kill them. Because they're no good. Like if you do that to a young kid, regardless of
the funny thing
gender,
is,
fucking just kill them. I have no problem. I'd go to jail for somebody just to fucking kill.
Well, that's the thing.
Like
it's here in Kenton County, and it's kind of like the family is, worried about just what just happened, obviously. But because of the way it was all done and handled, he's not registered as a sex offender either. So the police don't even have to watch him or something. It was some weird type thing that happened with the case. So it's kind of like if he gets released, depending on that family, I'm thinking if it was my family, and I know what I would do if something happened. I had like a 9-year-old daughter.
I was gonna say, if it was my family, he'd be dead.
The family would be looking out for this guy, like, hey, But Bevin released like 400 different people that were like some of these type of convicts before he left. When Andy Brashear just took over. Yeah,
in our last neighborhood. in our last neighborhood. Every once in a while, I'd get online and look sex offenders like in the area. And God, I don't know how old Kylie was. Maybe 7 years old. And so I got on the phone and I was like, okay. So I looked and there a sex offender popped up in our neighborhood. And I was like, what the fuck? And they were the direct people across the street from us. Like the man, it was an older couple, their son, and he got like busted on one of those. Remember on Dateline when they like try to catch people online? Well, that was him. He was like, it was a sting. And these police officers were trying to lure these people in, and they posed as like a 15-year-old girl or whatever. And he fed into it. Well, I was like fucking panicked. I was like, what the fuck, you know? So I was like, I went to like all the neighbors and I'm like, listen.
Like the day of. Like
yes, I was like freaking the fuck out. I was just like I went to all the neighbors. I'm like, did you know? And I'm not that kind of girl. Like I usually like mind my P's and Q's, mind my own business. But I was just like, if you got kids, like I went to all of them.
But at that time there were some young kids.
Yeah, there was a lot of young kids in my neighborhood.
Age that was right there with them.
But
10 houses, you know.
So
whatever.
The funny thing, which there's not much funny about this story, but this is kind of funny. It's like one night we were having a party and we had a bunch of people over to our house and we'd all been drinking or whatever. And one of my friends, like he was like, let's go over across the street and knock on their door. It was like midnight. And he's like, let's just all go over and knock on the door and be like, hey, got a cup of sugar? You know, to be like,
like 15 people ask for a cup of sugar, be like, oh shit, what's going on?
Yeah.
Show with torches and pitchforks.
Right. Yeah. Because apparently
this guy would sit out at like weird hours of the night and smoke like
in his car. He'd sit out in his car and smoke like, all the time. Yeah.
Well, vape type stuff, whatever.
Yeah. Well, it was like a great. You could smell it in our yard. We'd walk outside. I'm like, he's out in his car.
And he would just sit out there and just kind of hang out and smoke, and then go back inside and like.
His parents were weird too, though. They were odd people.
Yeah.
But he had a son of his own, so
he did have a son. Yeah,
he just got caught up in a bad deal. I think. I don't think he was 100%. You know, where you do something, but
maybe
still,
not.
Well, we don't know. But he still was caught. So.
Right. Yeah, because that's like the sex.
Don't take a chance.
The sex registry thing. It's like okay, so an 18-year-old guy has a 17-year-old girlfriend, and they have sex. He should not be on the sex offender registry, you know?
Oh, yeah, right.
Like, that's bullshit. Yeah, that's bullshit.
Yeah.
But
this here. Vanessa said, going back to the other question, I said, my question, you would not be able to perform at some point in your life. She was saying another answer about the wife being or spouse being immobilized. Because at some point, you won't be able to perform, so.
Yeah, we're gonna get there, buddy. We're gonna.
I don't know. The guys got pills, and there's guys in their 70s and 80s still going now. Thanks for the blue pill.
Let me tell all you men: no woman wants a 4-hour erection.
Let's say a younger one.
20 minutes. Even the younger women, they don't want that.
If it goes 4 hours,
20 minutes, we're good.
If it goes longer than 4 hours, then tell her to call some friends. That's how it's supposed to go.
Can't call a doctor.
Good. I'd be like, fucking call some friends because I'm out.
Next.
Coach is like, keep going, guys and gals. Coach is in Arizona, so he's like 3 hours.
He's way back. Yeah, he's behind.
It's like 2:00 here, almost.
James said it would be a problem, but we could work it out. So, and let's say, call me if you need help in the future. LOL. Because we're all going to go to Vanessa if stuff happens. So
yeah.
And James said death benefit is never ever appropriate. There are beings in this planet that should not be alive for their crimes. I don't doubt that on the crime part. It's just that the justice system isn't something I 100% obviously believe in.
Right. Like if I have a camera and I can, like, if there's a camera and it shows somebody obviously doing what they said, what they're being convicted of, then fucking kill them, whatever, But like just to have 12 people on a jury, you don't know those fucking 12 people. They don't know. They're just who tells a better story. Which lawyer has a better story?
I have to go to jury duty in January for the first time ever.
Oh. I'm knock on wood. I've never had.
Ignore it.
I'm looking forward to it. That's your civic duty. That's not.
No, it's funny you say it because I'm like, man, I've never had to do that, but
I've been called twice.
I would want to do that.
I've been called twice. The first time I went, I didn't get selected because I was like 18. The second time they sent it to this house, and I was like, all right, so if I don't respond, what's going to happen? And then it just went away.
But my wife didn't respond for it. They called her because they threatened to send a state trooper to pick her up for it.
Oh shit!
Really?
It was like the third time, but once she got there, they found out she was an attorney. They were like, "Oh, we don't need you to be here now." So
yeah, you're gone. Yeah,
exactly.
That's the last
thing they want. The attorney leading the jury pool, like,
well, they didn't do this. Like, this isn't what they're supposed to be doing, guys. Yeah.
But I'm looking forward to it. I'm like, I want to see how it breaks. I'm on the federal jury too, so hopefully I get a good. It'd be funny if I get the Bevan case. That'd be hilarious. But
yes,
it would be. She always said I should have been a lawyer, so I kind of like in the back of my mind, I was like, I kind of would like to sit on the jury, but at the same token, I'm like, I'm okay not having.
I have never met somebody besides my daughter that can argue until it's just like, I'll be like, oh my God, look at how pretty this sky. It's like the prettiest blue. And Todd'd be like, well, it's kind of green, or it's like, and I'm like, it's fucking blue. And he's like, it's kind of green with a little hint. I'm just like, whatever, just shut the fuck up. Yeah. Now at this point, I'm like, whatever.
I probably should have went to law school at one point or another. My wife, she's like, you done good in law school.
Yeah, I don't like to argue, so I would have not done good in that.
I love debates, and the arguing, all that kind of stuff, but sensible type stuff. When people start to get all crazy shit, it's like, okay, we're done. We're done now because this isn't going anywhere else. Yeah.
I like to hear other people's opinion, but I like to talk with somebody that is okay with my opinion too. Like, I don't want somebody, you're wrong, you're wrong.
No, that's what we got in Congress now. Coach says, I can't wait till Todd and Mrs. Todd watch this tomorrow. Priceless.
Oh. I cannot watch. If I watch myself, I won't come back. I don't watch myself because I'm like, I'm loud, I'm obnoxious, I sound like a hick, so I don't watch myself. Yeah. Hey,
James, thanks for tuning in. As always, you were here for a good amount. Says I have to go now. I have this 4-hour problem that needs attention. Keep it on the flip side. Yeah, we're about to wrap it down here. That was the last question we were going to do anyway. But hopefully you enjoyed yourself. And always great to hear from you. Tucson, Vanessa was called the state level jury, fed level jury 1 year after the other. So she's actually been called in. That was funny because about 4 or 5 months ago, I got a survey or email or something. Weird kind of questions on it. And I kind of felt like they're setting me up for jury duty. I know they're setting me up for jury duty. But I sent it anyway. And then I got contacted like in November. You're on jury duty like January 8th or like 2 months out, but they have to plan it out in advance. And I think you get like $20 a day or something. But
yeah,
I'm just kind of curious just to go see the whole process and stuff. Then my wife's like, well, you can't take your phone in there. But I'm like, everybody says they come in and they read all kinds of stuff. And again, they'll let you bring a book or something, but they won't let you bring an actual technology. And I'm like,
oh, record nothing.
Well, that's going to suck then. I thought I could bring my phone and just sit there with my emails or something. So,
listen, I know we're about to end, but like, we've been through this. Like, is it okay if I tell them about? Okay.
No, I've talked about it before.
Have you? Like, his cousin was murdered. His cousin and her, like, he was married. It's the David Cam case. So if y'all want to look it up, but it's like we sat.
It's been on Dateline. And 48 hours and shit like
that. I think me and Todd had talked about that one before.
Yeah, I think I don't know if we've been live or not, but I've talked about it before.
Yeah. But his cousin was murdered, and her 2 kids. The husband was a previous state trooper, and we went to the whole like first trial. He had like 3.
Yeah, it was
3 trials. Yeah.
3 trials.
2 of them, one guilty.
Yeah. So the first one, he was guilty, served sentence. They, appealed it. They gave him in a second trial, and then another jury convicted him again. So he served again, and then they went to another whole different county and did it again, and he won that one. So he actually served 12 years total, but he finally got,
yeah, he's out now.
Found innocent.
Yeah, he's out now.
Case. But through the whole time, during the first trial, the second trial, and then the third trial, they expelled all kinds of
Yeah, they like tossed out all
information.
kinds of like testimonies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
So it was like each
So
time.
it wasn't really true to
right. You got less.
yeah.
The jury got less and less information each
Because they were going
trial.
through the appeal process, and the appeal
That's
was cutting
right.
out stuff.
That's
yeah.
right.
Mhm.
Yeah. So they threw out stuff every step of the way.
Yeah.
And it was just kind of kind of like technicalities and stuff from the first like prosecutor and just a bunch of bullshit, really.
Yeah.
But if you sat through the first one, and maybe I'm biased, I don't know, but a lot of people online have felt the same way, like he's getting away with murder.
Yeah.
And I mean, there's a lot of like scientific evidence and blood spatter and shit like that would definitely point his way for sure. And he kind of had a whole setup where he had like another guy that's actually serving a life sentence for the murder.
Yeah, he's still in prison.
He's still in prison.
Oh wow.
And and he was like a college educated guy or whatever. And
he was a piece of shit.
Well, he was a piece of shit. Well,
he was easy to set up.
He was an easy target.
Yeah, he was easy to set up. Yeah.
And our theory is that he knew that going into it and got the gun that was kind of, under the table type shit that wasn't registered or whatever. So it was basically a setup.
Yeah.
Yeah, he used to pass.
So the whole thing was on that night he was playing basketball at a church. His uncle was a pastor at this church.
Yeah.
They happened to be like 3 miles from his house. So they were playing a pickup game of basketball, and there was like 10 or 11 guys that were playing. Well, 12 guys, I think, because our theory was that he left the game, did his duty with his wife and kids, and shot them, whatever, and then went back, and nobody ever thought that he was gone. And Rod, I'm sure you probably play pickup basketball. Mm-hmm. You don't pay no attention who's coming and going. You're playing games, right?
Right.
And if you're living like 5 minutes away from your house, you don't know if that guy's gone or not.
Right.
You come back. I played many times. Like, guy shows up, plays one game, and he's gone. By the time you're done, you're like, "Where'd so and so go?" It's like, "Oh, he's been gone for an hour and a half." Like, you don't pay no fucking attention, right? So I mean, it's interesting to look up. It's David Cam. It's a David Cam trial. I mean, there's a lot of shit out there. There's actually a book that was written about it.
Yeah, the book was good. I read the book. Yeah.
It's interesting. I mean, it's sad to
Yeah, it's awful.
It was my dad's brother's daughter. So
and our daughter.
It's a first cousin. Yeah. So we named our daughter.
Her middle
name is named after
their daughter that got killed.
Got killed. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's kind of a shit. It's
fucked up.
It sucks. Yeah. I mean,
I'm sure. Yeah, definitely.
And my aunt and uncle. So she was the oldest daughter, and her other daughter has MS, and she's had MS for. She's probably 51, I think, maybe, and she's had MS for like 15 years, so she's never able to have a kid. So
there are only 2 grandchildren.
Yeah, so there are only 2 grandchildren they would ever have is gone.
Yeah.
And then, not to mention their daughter also at the same time.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's...
it was horrible. Horrible, horrible, horrible.
Yeah, that is tough.
But those 2 are fucking inspiring. Like, Frank and Janice, like how did they live?
Yeah.
If you can live through the shit they've lived through,
crazy.
Like, you can live through anything.
Yeah.
A lot of people have different opinions on it, and it's like, we have our opinions, and if you disagree with it, that's fine. And,
but we sat through the trial. We sat through the first trial.
We sat through the whole thing, the whole thing.
Yeah.
It lasted probably like a month.
Yeah. It was a long trial.
At least a month.
Yeah. And then we got to talk to the jury afterwards.
Yeah.
Right.
So,
my thing was like, if you have enough money, and his family kind of had some money, like had their own business and a couple businesses, and his uncle, whatever. Been some shit that's come out since then, different things that's come out about it, whatever. But if you have money, I'm after that, it's like you can get away with whatever you want.
That happens a lot.
And it's sad to see. And it's sad to see because his family had money and they were willing to pay for everything, from beginning to end. And 12 years later, I mean, thankfully he did spend 12 years in jail. But that's not enough,
Yeah.
In the end, it's not enough.
Right.
This is what it is. So what do you do?
Yeah. Let me see here.
But the odd thing is you had two separate juries.
Yeah.
Found him guilty, and you had one jury found him innocent, and he's free.
Right. Yeah.
So it's like.
Yeah, based on the evidence they saw.
Right.
Yeah.
But they threw more and more shit
and
out.
And every time
trial.
it was there was less and less evidence.
Yeah, I mean the only way you get an appeal is to say there was a technicality somewhere, pretty much.
Right.
And
yeah.
they kept finding different things.
Yeah.
So in the first trial, they had evidence of like 14 women that come out and testified against, because he was a state trooper, that would testify against him. That testified against him pulling him over and shit, and like wanting blowjobs or doing sexual favors to get him out of tickets or whatever. So he already had a background of like being straying from his marriage already.
But the molestation of his daughter, like, there was molestation accusations against, like, him molesting his daughter, and they threw that out too. Because the theory is that he molested the daughter, but his wife found out and was going to leave him, and then he was like, "No, you're not," and he killed him.
Because they were supposedly religious, with his uncle being a pastor of this church and whatever, which is where they played basketball at.
Yeah,
and,
right. Yeah,
it's actually an interesting from the outside, not so much for us.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
From the outside, it is kind of an interesting story.
If it really is.
Look it up. I mean.
Yeah.
And, like I said, there's a book. I don't remember what the book's called, but
One Deadly Night or something like that.
Yeah. It's interesting. It is fucked up, but
it's like a real Dateline thing there.
It is.
No, it was on Dateline. It was on 48 Hours.
Yeah, they did it.
It was national. Yeah. It was a national thing for sure.
Wow.
Okay, read some comments.
Yeah. Alice has stepped out for a bit. What did I miss? Well, now you missed a lot.
Oh, Alan, you missed a whole shit ton. Be right back.
Talking about the death penalty stuff, James said, but killing someone to show the killing is wrong. It's the ultimate hypocrisy.
Yeah.
So, Vanessa said this was fun.
Mm-hmm.
And said jury duty last April, 2 more years exemption, and they will call me again. And then head coach was asking which case it was there, which was the David Cam, right?
Yeah, David Cam.
Yeah, because then James said that David Cam had been tried in the 50s, a la Dragnet. He would have been found guilty and executed within 6 months.
Right,
often sooner. No chance for retrials, appeals, or correcting possible mistakes. And then let me see. He says, shout out to Hans. So the Hans coming. Hans is one of our other guys that watches. Hans Gomez down in Miami. And then Alan said, money rules the world, unfortunately.
It does.
At least here in America, it does for sure.
Yeah.
And that is, I no other word to say. It's capitalism. The more money you got, the more power you get. That's the capitalist structure. So, but when Ty stepped away, I was going to go ahead and get this wrapped up. We've been going for a bit, like almost 3.5 hours, I think.
Damn.
So, actually, some good questions. So hopefully everybody had a good time. Everybody was participating and answering stuff. And we'll have to do some more of those questions another time. And we'll have to get into the other book as well, which actually, So the stuff we asked today, as Shannon said earlier, the other book is deeper than even the stuff.
Yeah, they're more like open. You don't have a choice. It's not like yes or no. It's like they're open-ended questions.
James says, signing off for real, peace. Yeah, we're about to sign off. James tried to leave earlier, but he couldn't do it. And I was saying, take care of some stuff, unfortunately. I understand, brother. So, hey, we're always here. And if you miss us, the replays are always up for sure. So, I know some channels, they do these things. I don't understand why people delete their video. I leave them up here and people come back
never
and enjoy
delete.
them. And, just like, you don't like The Irishman. You don't have to watch it all in one take. You can always take it in different parts.
I'm not watching it. You gave us your review. We're not watching it.
Which is really sad because it really is a good movie.
No, I probably will. I just gotta watch it
I would say
watch the first hour and a half and then stop.
I would say watch it, but watch it in parts.
No, I have to. It's like 3.5 hours long. Yeah. You gotta watch it in like 3 days.
I mean, it's a good storyline. It's a good mafia movie. If you like mafia type films, the whole thing, the whole Jimmy Hoffa part of it is great with it, but it's just long and drawn out parts.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, that could have been on the floor there. You could have cut that part out, but
yeah, you're not selling it very well, Rod.
It's nobody ever really is disappointed as much with a Scorsese flick, but it is a long flick. So
yeah,
that's the only thing I would say. But that being said, thanks for everybody that tuned in tonight. Hopefully you guys enjoyed yourself. Hopefully you like these things. If you like these, make sure you leave a comment to let me know, and then we'll do this again at some point here as well. And have some more fun asking these kind of questions. A little bit different. We didn't really talk about beers much, but that's what this was going to be, a game show tonight anyway, and kind of going through stuff. We did drink a good amount of beer while we were doing it. And this Thursday, you're going to want to catch the Malt Liquor Show.
Oh, yes, the Malt Liquor Show. Mad Dog 2020.
Shannon is breaking out the Mad Dog 2020 for that.
I can't wait to try it again. Might drink that bottle and then have to get a new one.
The Mad Dog 2020 alone should have you interested in what's going to take place. So,
Inquiring minds want to know.
That all being said, I'm going to wrap up. Thanks for everybody that tuned in. Look forward to catching you guys soon. I'm actually going to do probably some video tomorrow. I don't know if I'm going to do an upload or I might do a live stream as well. So we'll see what happens. I will catch up with you then. Keep drinking those good craft beers. Remember, there's always time. Get your beer on. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.